Hello there, and welcome to the grand final of a tournament called the Finals. It's been a 7-week ordeal that leads you here, a double elimination spectacle. And now we have Nagano, who quite frankly must be sick to the stomach of being second. Who's he up against? My co-caster for the day, Ed 80Hz.
He's up against Isildur, who just relishes, it seems, great final games, keeps his calm, can always go to the distance as well, as we've seen in previous best of fives and best of sevens. So he's starting off today with Austere, with Lightning War and the good old eye patch commander. And yeah, he's going to be some force to beat. Definitely the informed player of these finalists.
And this commander is not a pirate roleplay. No, he is the old grizzled veteran of Company of Heroes past. Much like Nagano. Nagano's been competing at the high levels, the higher echelons of play since 2015. He's had so many battles versus the likes of Loveness, Von Ivan, etc. Isildur's relatively fresh. 2020 this guy has begun to dominate. Nagano, in that time though, lads and ladies possibly, has never won a KO2 major. No big tournament has ever been won by Nagano. And he's watched Isildur come into the scene, Ed, and just clean up.
But I think he's got a few home fans today. I've seen a few Russian names in the chat. Even Nikola Tesla transported back in time, Matt, to see this game live to support his fellow countrymen.
Nikolai Tesla the Great, there we go. So we've got him in chat. We've got Combat Engineers poking in from Nagano, looking aggressive already. Let's get into the tactics. We've given them the spiel. Combat Engineers are not able to take the cut-off there. Elsewhere, we've got MG setting up versus possible conscripts. Just check the tap map and have a little look in the north, see what was happening there. Just a bit of sandbag building. Combat Engineers are lying in wait, and Grens anticipate their arrival.
Yep, we've gone for double pyros for Nagano instead of the 4 cons build, so opting for a bit more mines and utility in this early build map. But one thing that stands out for me right away is this is Mill Road. We're a USF.
Yeah, indeed. A really cool fact about the Kar 98Ks. If you suppress a unit, the Kar 98Ks have just enough suppression. They have a tiny bit of suppression in the game files. They're able to keep a unit under suppression, Ed. So you can pin with an MG, use the Grens on them like we just saw, and then take your MG elsewhere. The MG just previously went here. So Isildur using every ounce of game stats and abilities to perfection there.
Fair enough, Matt, but maybe pending on the old USF question. We'll get back to you next week, folks. But for now, it's hellacious pace. MG42 already set up in one of the couple of houses in this map, and it looks like Isildur's already hitting his early groove map. 2-2 soon to come, surely.
This is the thing. Nagano doesn't make many mistakes in the early game. Isildur never makes mistakes in the early to mid game. He'll just start to smother you. And that's what we've seen in every game, near enough, with Isildur against top-level opposition recently. It's all fair and equal in this passage of play, but he starts to work his way in after round 1. Nice merge, or a sick merge, bro, by Nagano there, keeping the Combat Engineers burning away.
Yeah, the Surfer Turtles from Finding Nemo will be happy with that one. Awesome merge that just kept that engagement going and wins it for the Soviets. The Flamethrower is such a great power spike. Isildur, on the other hand, has not opted for an early flamethrower, so could be potentially saving for the old Flammity Floop and Z half chat.
Indeed he could, or a 2-2-2 possibly. Got Combat Engineers versus Grenadiers there. Interestingly, by the way, the Combat Engineer here was able to get away from the MG, so that'll keep up the pressure. It's all about exerting pressure, top level Company of Heroes is. As soon as you fail to exert pressure on your enemy, the torrent will come, the tsunami from your opponent. Got light mechanised built now, and he's getting the battle bunker in the centre of the base to get the medics out ASAP.
Yeah, this is not like your typical auto match game where you're signing secret contracts to each other saying, yeah, if I don't attack you, you won't attack me. But no, these guys are pushing every little focus point of the map, trying to get that crucial resources from every point of the map that they can. And one thing that helps keep those resources is conscripts and green cover mercs.
Certainly it does. It's all about anchoring as well, and we've seen good play so far. One thing about this tournament, it has been double elimination, so the previous time these players played was the upper bracket finals. It was not do or die at that point in time. Now there's nowhere else for Nagano to go. He can't take a further step back, so there should be a lot. Nice flank here, by the way, in the north. Got Pioneers going all the way around, possibly to get this fuel point there. Sneaky, sneaky.
Did they just pick up? What did they just pick up?
Nothing to my knowledge.
Okay. He dropped some med kits. I don't know how. I'm tripping here.
Oh yes, no, sorry. There's been secret med picks at the top of this base. Isildur loves this map because you can get secret med kits. You well spotted, Ed. I didn't even spot that. I've spoken to. Sorry, my voice cracked there because I'm so excited. I've spoken to Isildur so much in the past, and he loves this map because he always gets the secret med kits in the north.
Oh, nice. Ricky Pistol still leaving his mark on Mill Road. Nice one.
That's why
it started with STGs on the table, and you could pick up an STG with your first unit. It was ace. But I had to take it out for balance reasons. But nice.
Left the medkits in. Now we've got the Sheepdog 222 corralling the combat engineers, keeping them out of sight. We do have a flanking. We've got G43s on this Grenadier, as your eyes can clearly see. Just good pressure so far, but you're starting to feel that Isildur's getting one too many territory points for Nagano's liking. But that's what happens when you go 3 conscripts, 2 combat engineers. You don't have as much fighting force when all 4 grenadiers are on the field.
Yeah, we saw a good early push with the flamethrowers. Tried to extract as much worth out of that maneuver, did Nagano. But now we see the terror of the early game. This 2-2 map almost requires guards just to deal with this early on.
T70 will be out soon, though, and we'll see how Isildur does versus that with the 4 Grenadiers. Of course, 4 Faust platforms, but the Pack 40 will be delayed thanks to the manpower, upkeep, and investments.
Very fast T70 though. I'm surprised Nagano got that off against Isildur, so he'll be very happy with an 8-minute T70. Good timing from him.
Commandeers have to be a little bit careful. They've just got the toe over the line, trying to keep the fuel, but they could end up dying because of it. Yep, 222's trying to block them in. It looks like they will survive. Keeping the 222 very close to the T70's arrival. Might be able to get some damage off.
Yeah, you can't sleep on the 222. After a few patches ago, it got a good increased accuracy buff, and it just seems to shred those last little retreating models a lot better nowadays.
But look at that advantage. I mean, he's been able to neutralise the fuel. Okay, he couldn't cap it. He's now heard the T70's engine profile in the sound of the fog of war. Meaning he's scooted backwards, but in the meantime he's gotten a triple cap off. He's gotten a lot of the standard territory points on the map.
He's got that glorious big long green cover, still the best sandbag in the game, Matt.
Oh god, yeah.
Advantage Soviets on that one, and when you got 6 cons behind it, it is a tough job to push in. But Isildur's opted for some G43s, getting them singing to attack in at closer range. So that was good work there from Isildur, using the 2-2 to get rid of the green cover and then pushing in with the Grens.
Yeah, he's doing a bloody good job out there. So we've got mines coming down here. We've got conscripts there and more conscripts coming up the west side. So it looks like Nagano's realised that Isildur had concentrated forces and he's pushing up in the northwest. We've got Zisgun out just at the same time as the pack arrives. So here comes that familiar Code 2 defensive dynamic that's been so present in the top echelons, and let's see if he sees this mine. Yes, of course he does. Pioneers have a very long vision range.
Yeah, picking up the trip flare mines and also the standard mine there of Nagano's, but good effort. He's got a lot of munitions floating, so may as well make the use of him with his double engineer early build we mentioned earlier. But here we go, Zisgun, Matt.
Yeah.
The game changer. No MG42 crew is safe.
Did you say no tank or armoured car is safe? No, of course he didn't. Indeed, it's the there's a nice back shot on the T70 as the 2-2 gets out of there. Zis could not set up in time. Let's keep an eye on all of these Grenadiers, Ed, because G43s coming into vision are really good at flanking and taking stuff out. So he's coming up the north side, and that's what you have to be careful extending yourself on Mill Road with these big side blockers. G43s can come out from around the circle, especially with something like tactical movement, Ed, and really catch you off guard.
One thing I've always tried but often failed with is laying an S minefield, Matt, and then putting a pack gun near it, because everybody and their dog wants to go drive over it with the T70 to crush the S minefields, and then you blap them with the pack 40 and probably miss. But let's see if Isildur gets any.
I'm going to have to check you for a wire, Ed, in case you're instructing some of these players with your expert elite gaming tips.
Top 1,000 in 2 weeks. Great results. I don't know.
Big shout out today, by the way, to the 2 referees watching the players as we speak. We've got Stern Panther and Ishtari, the two most experienced KO2 referees, so we're in very safe hands. I feel like a boxing commentator, Ed, when you talk about the boxer and, and at the start there. Nice, good, nice this shot there, keeping the 2-2-2 honest, making him respect and fear the anti-tank gun.
I'll stick to the day job, Matt. Keep it with KO2 for now. But with Nagano, he's still got that option of commanders. He hasn't opted for one early. Imperial Dane will be annoyed if he was casting this on a replay, but yeah, it's still got guards options, T-34-85s, or the big bad KV-1, and Dank Hunters.
Right, Grenz on duty there, and the garrison just holding the line, but conscripts being sneaky and annoying, just capping the victory point under their guys. Meanwhile, Grenz lead the fray as the 2-2-2 backs them up, giving them expert vision, and obviously going to push that combat engineer out of there. Ed, I mean, Nagano's meta here, his strategy has to be just outlasting Isildur in this game one. He's trying to make Mill Road into his version of Crossroads or Longras, and it isn't obviously a map that always lends itself to these arduous, long, endurance-based battles, is it?
Yeah, I think the game changer will definitely be if Nagano can get to Katyushas, because this map is wider than it is long, and you can really get it clumped up, especially austere formation in the mid. If you get a good Katyusha barrage on that, it's anybody's game, but Isildur's definitely in his groove. Double MG42 as well, Matt, so really looking to lock things down with that. But also blend in a bit of mobility with the G43s, and I've got to say they're doing amazing work against the cons.
It's the big found strategy of this tournament, Ed, and it's the oldest commander in the book, quite frankly. But this is how a lot of people were playing back in GCS 1 2017. All these G43 Grenadiers and Lightning War, it just was the style of the time, and because we've had commander vetoes in this tournament, players have refound that strategy, and Isildur's rocking it in this game.
Yeah, even a good predictive text rifle nade from Isildur there, just showing, you know, he's got the confidence, he's got a bit between his teeth in this game, and he's not scared of anything. He's going to try every skill shot known to man and really work Nagano to his full capacity here.
4 nice kills on the T70 there. We got... There it is, that's interesting. That's a nice little Maxim for you. I'm so confused because we don't often see a Maxim built, and I was wondering if he'd stolen an MG42. Gren's very low, by the way, very low indeed.
I almost jinxed it, didn't I? I say they were doing great against cons and just got away.
Low health on double rifle nade there. One got all the health, the other decimated the squad, and then the 2-2-2 picked them off through the window. What a wipe!
And Nagano's still probably thinking of that wipe that he nearly got, and in the end loses that new Maxim. Shiny new Maxim down
exactly,
already.
260 manpower down the drain for the cost of 60 munitions. That was absolutely fantastic by Isildur. Concentrated firepower took Nagano off guard.
Good confidence to do that. He's not scared by the occasion. It is the grand finals, but he knows he's got to try these maneuvers just to catch Nagano off guard, and he got lucky there. Great work.
Certainly did. Gren's being forced away. We do have a pick from Nagano now. It's going to be guard rifle combined arms tactics. I'll let it linger on your screen for a little bit. We do have Molotovs possible as well, so this MG nearly has to watch out. Impact is going to open up now on the T70.
And the terror for the Soviets' point of view is in the build. The P4, first one in the build from Isildur. Let's see how much value he can get out of this, or would it just drive straight onto a mine?
Both MGs are now forced away thanks to the Molotov T70 Zis gun combo. So we're going to see Nagano get back into the map. At the VP situation, he's down to 350, so finally he's able to wrestle back control. It's been a long time. Let's check the stats and go down to half speed whilst we do so. KD, par for the course for Wehrmacht Soviets. Army values are equalising. Points held now just about equalising. Well, let's go check out the shiny new Panzer IV.
Suave camo as well, dressed for the occasion as this Panzer IV, and first medium. Isildur's won the race. It's so efficient they're teching as austere, and that's why we'll see them so much in tournaments. Until OKW get a bit of love maybe in that respect, but still got a T70 Vet too, has Nagano. He can lock in a second Ziz, And his engineers are running back and be able to build up that final tier structure for Tekken.
Panzer IV's now been spotted, so he has to be a bit careful with this T-70. He does have the guards combination with the DP light machine guns coming out, be able to button the Panzer IV with the Zis gun helping out as well. Second Zis on its way, so defensive meta strategy is being engaged. Nice cheeky pack shot there. Oh, and incendiary rounds was that.
The P4 was helping out as well. Just one shot, but quick reactions there from Nagano. He still got it. He's
just about
got it away in time.
Well, by his own admission, he says he's still got it, but that was close.
Yeah, second Ziz was the core, and Nagano teching up to tier 4 now, Matt. So the big decision here is going to be either KV1, just go for the tonky tonk and plonk it in the middle, or try and duel these P4s with an SU-85 potentially.
Nice mine goes off there. That was very far forward mine. Just keeps the 222 out of action for Al. But here comes the triple cap yet again from Isildur. And you've just got to say it, Ed, that this hardcore G43 double MG build order is so anti-infantry that unless Nagano can get through it, he's stuffed. It's as simple as that. If you cannot win the gun battles, Ed, what chance do you bloody have?
I mean, imagine making tier 2 as Soviets and not making a GG mortar. Disgusting. But
it always comes down to that with you, Ed. Every analysis of every strategy. Imagine not using.
I just think it moves the enemy around. And,
yeah, definitely it does.
Makes them dance to your tune. But definitely the Soviet one with the flare, uncounterable vision. But yeah, we'll see. Nagano a bit low on munitions now, so.
Yeah, he's using all of his munitions into these barrages. Forces away an MG, desperately trying to cap one of the 3 victory points there. T-70 comes into view. This guy's on a happy little 6 kills, but a lot more damage, health damage in the meantime. Panzer IV's on duty though.
Yeah, and we joke about the GG mortar, but I think the double Zizmat kind of does the same effect, really, doesn't it?
It does.
That bar is just such a low cooldown and pretty cheap.
Well, for the cost of munitions, Ed, and he's actually used all of his munitions to Soviets now. A lot of mines.
Less mines, yeah, and skill planes.
Exactly, he's going to lose the skill plane battle if he's not careful, because Isildur has all of his upgrades now, even the pintle mount on his Panzer IV. So it's Stukas in the future for Nagano.
Very high vet 3 now. Gren's dodging the Gardenade. Good micro here still from Isildur. As we get into this 18th minute, this is where a little brain FK or lapses of concentration can happen in the mid game. But both players look on song for this grand finals today.
And he's gotten pinned despite getting round the edge there. That's just frustrating for Nagano. Let's check out in base. Let's see where he's up to. He does have mechanised armour company. He's got a lot of fuel. More than enough fuel for a KV1 with a double Ziskin combo. Maybe that'll give him the punching power he needs. Capping with the T-70 here with a friendly Ziskin helping him out. Keeping that dream alive. Although he has dropped to 240 victory points now. He has to survive to get these 7-man conscript squads out, Ed. Because that is what forces the Soviets into the late game.
Unkillable cons, yep. You think you got all of them, but nope. There'll always be one model alive to run it back home. Also, you can cap an enemy MG42, merge it to full squad, and still retreat with 1 unit. So it's very strong for Nagano to get 7-man cons here.
Getting a second victory point thanks to the double combat engineer assaults. He's gotten good veterancy on his combat engineers as well. That'll certainly help out if he does get a KV. Felt a shudder on my screen. I thought mine detonated somewhere, but maybe somewhere else. Oh, we've got a demo charge up on the garrison here. I'll have to keep an eye on. Ah! I just clicked it. No, it didn't do anything. It's okay. It's okay, Ed. Don't worry, my friend. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's go on Isildur's. Oh, he's seen it. He's seen it. Yeah, I was going to go on his camera there. As soon as he saw it, he clicked it.
Just checking if Nagano was ranked 200
just
role playing like
making
us.
Sure he is a fellow all-time great player. Just checking on you, my friend. And we've got something building an early war Behemoth as the Zisgun hits the 222 again there.
I would have eaten that demo for breakfast, Matt, but
you would have. You're just taking it on the chin.
Isildur now building towards the second P4, and he's got a double pack, man. This is going to be horrendous for the KV-1. It's going to have twinkle toes to avoid these.
It really is. And that's where indirect fire comes in helpful. You know, he's going to have to go KV-1 Katusha to be viable here, in my opinion. As you say, because of the double pack, as soon as those bad boys start getting Vet 2, Vet 3, the KV-1 won't be able to compete. So, anyway, let's hype it up here. It is the original heavy tank of the Second World War. When this thing rolled onto the battlefield, the Germans were told to go round the fat bastard because you couldn't do anything about him. If he wanted to dominate the battlefield, he would do. It is indeed the Kliment Voroshilov, #1, is on the field.
If tanks had intro themes in KOTOR, Matt, I think he'd be like, big poom poom.
Indeed, and here he is. We've got a Vet 3 T-70 as well. So it's not like Nagano doesn't have a very good army yet. Just, we have to keep asking ourselves, he's the absolute underdog, and we're questioning possibly too much. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, this has been the era of Isildur dominance. It's been the reign of the first men, if you will, from Lord of the Rings, because he has been king. He's been very much king. He's been dominant. Probably have to check his jewellery collection, make sure he hasn't got any rings of power or anything, actually, Ed. Now it comes to think of it, would make a lot of sense. But anyway, so that's why we're a little bit... It's etched into our casting, Ed. We're questioning Nagano around every turn, and we may be about to watch his famous and historic victory, and it will be a surprise if Nagano wins this best of 7 today.
But a nice little surprise from Isildur is gone straight for the P-Werfer, so he feels safe now with that double pack. Meant the P4 was pretty obsolete to go that route, so shored it up with 2 pack guns, and now going Panzerwerfer, not even a Bomber. So this is going to be pretty rough for Nagano's Zis guns. Just going to have to keep it hot on the tails for them.
He is indeed. Somebody in chat says the #2 player in the world is considered an absolute underdog. Well, in this situation, yeah. He's lost 6 times in tournaments against Nagano in the past 2 years as the Panzerwerfer finds the Zis gun and forces him away. Kliment Voroshilov, Big Clemmy, as we'll call him from now on, is watching over from the north side on these Grens, trying to cap. And this is the benefit of having a proper tank on the field. You're able to exert your authority, and Nagano's got excellent positioning lined up there with the Zis, almost waiting for the flank from the Panzer IV.
Could even see the hero Strug be built, because they're very good against the KV-1, but these double pack guns, Siamese twins, oh, they joined at the hip and they got a lot of good volleys off there. Vet 2 on one of them, so he does have the stun round available for future engagements.
It was an unfortunate Faust deflect, well picked up by Airfield in chat, it was indeed. But there's the advantage of the veteran combat engineers by... Katusha follow-up, Ed, he's viable! We've now got a game on our hands. Let's just start the game now. Here we go. We've got Nagano with a viable army versus Isildur. He's managed to get to Soviet late game. Soviet late game alert, lads. Game 1 has started. He's survived, everyone. And this is a bit of a parody, but it's also very true. This is kind of how top-level faction dynamics work at the moment. Especially when it's against Isildur in this case. The Soviet player has to get to the 7-man con zone, and he has to not make a single build order decision wrong. Ed, am I saying anything controversial here, or am I on the money?
No, you're on the money. It's only the Maxim that has gone down so far for Nagano. But just look at the VPs, Matt. Oh, despite the lack of losses, Isildur is just churning through those VPs. And it's going to force Nagano's hand here, who has been a bit, I don't know, lack of like... real, just kind of Von Ivan Madman-esque
He's always
plays
very passive, is
game.
Nagano. He can be aggressive when he needs to be, but he likes to be in control, and that's why Isildur's been such a bogeyman for him. He's just made him feel uncomfortable, quite frankly. He's just got that edge over him, in my opinion, but I'm not going to keep being down on the situation, because right now Nagano's got a really viable army. He's looking really strong. He's got everything he needs, Ed. He's got worker units that are powerful. He's got the infantry army that's great. He's now got an excellent accompaniment of weaponry, and the Katusha's volleying on those Pak 40s.
All he needs now is a bit of RNG on his arty side, and yeah, jobs are good. But Isildur still with only 1 P4, so it's not totally locked in, and he will not be able to get the Tiger with his current pop cap. Oh, trees saving the day.
They are indeed. The
good for your health.
Praise Ricky Rifle, or Nagano needs to, because the trees saved the day there. He's now dropping to double-digit victory points. The VP hurt has been enforced upon him. He also has Stuka ready should he need it. Comprehensively strong build order from Isildur that's pushed him into the scenario, and here come the Stukas. Oh dear. Good dodging by Big Clem. He's still got the moves. There'll be another pass though, don't forget. There'll be several actually.
When things are all set to his power, but normally it's the skill planes that provide the difference maker. But well weathered from Nagano, just backed out, kept the big boy, Big Kev, alive,
and
MG gets
down?
the MG, yeah, in the south.
It was in the south.
Guards finally plucked
Nice,
away.
I was watching it already, Ed. I was too busy thinking. I was looking at the minimap. Fair enough. There we go. He's taken the MG. Nice work. Let's go over to what I was looking at, which is the central victory point being competed for. And I was trying to see if he was going to make a push in the north under the veil of the Stukas, but no. But that's a nice steal, Ed. MG in a close victory point scenario. At least it's close for Nagano. 84 remaining. That's really going to help him out.
Definitely needed it, and especially losing his Maxim as well. A nice 6-man MG42 crew would do well for him, but Worth is still on the prowl, and Vet 3222, that kind of slipped under the nets, didn't it?
It bloody did.
It's got some awesome vision for him, and it's going to be a Panther instead of the Tiger.
Oh, what a decision by Isildur. That's very, very good. That's what he needs right now against Big Clem. Look at the 222's orbital satellites-esque viewpoint, as we always point out in casts. It's ungodly, or is it godly? I never know when to say godly or ungodly. Actually, I always overthink that one. Possibly. Oh, where's the Katusha? There it is. I was on the right. I've seen the shadows, but now the missiles are landing. Nearly taking out the second MG there. Oh, and a Grenadier!
Right on the noggin.
Nagano's had 2 wipes in quick succession, only 3 wipes in this half-an-hour game, and we've had 2 in the past couple of minutes. So Nagano's finally in this, I'm telling you.
T70, meanwhile, trying to steal the show by penning a P4 from the front max range. Nearly went down there.
Oh, 222's coming in for the Katusha. He couldn't find him, but he's made himself known. Clemmy's going in. Clemmy wants to win. Oh, but the packs are ready to...
This could be a wipe. Keep going, Nagano.
No, that's not Nagano's way.
Safety first. The P4's damaged. I guess he's got to be preempting a heavy tank coming in. Oh, for all my money, I would have drove on the teller just to wipe that vetted pack gun crew there. But that's why Nagano's in the final, and I'm rank 5000. Get back.
So Nagano has a larger army size now, and he has an equal and opposite army. Really good work for him to build this composition and stay in the game, quite frankly, during all that 4 Gren 2 MG period. He is the Panzerwerfer, is it? No. There it is on the last known location of the Ziskuns, but now it's that poor MG.
MG42 just being christened with a bombardment of rockets there, not having the start it wanted in its new hands. But here we go, finally a bit of map pressure ease with that Gren going down from the Katusha. Nagano can just slightly breathe for a bit.
He's got the IL-2s ready should he need them. He's keeping the victory point pressure on. He's going to keep capping. This is but a Panther. Surely the Ziskuns kept alive during that last volley of fire from the rockets are repositioning. And we do have the north victory point being capped. So, as I say, Ed, he's definitely in this now, despite having a very, very low victory point count. Yeah,
and this Panther rather than Tiger decision harps me back to the game against Kimbo where he lost it just narrowly on VPs to Düsseldorf. So he's sticking with the Panther again. He must believe in the big kitty, and it just seems now that he needs to sort out this KV1 issue because it's starting to blap some infantry squads, man.
Really is. Got 12 kills now. Here he comes, reversing the helping hands way in. Oh my!
Wrong way, Panther.
Oh dear. T70. That thing's up to a pretty tidy 17 kills, keeping the Grens out of combat. Pat 40 repositions. And look at the map, it's going a little bit bluer.
Yeah, but as I see all those infantry squads in my top left and the top right one's dwindling now.
It is.
This could be the biggest turnaround we've seen in a long time against Düsseldorf. But expecting a throw from Isildur is like expecting Dogecoin going to the millions. So it's hopeful thinking.
Tell you what though, he's also survived what I like to call the Isildur mid-game power spike. He tends to finish people off, and here we go, we got an IL-2 Loiter coming down on the Panthers position. Keep the packs honest and thinking. Second salvo. And there's a big Panzerwerfer for you. Con's wiped. In return, the Katusha forces away the MG. But he didn't need that to happen because that Con was sitting there on the sandbag, which no longer exists, keeping him in the victory point situation.
Where are my 8-man Cons, Matt? 7-man's is not good enough.
No,
balance
we need to get the balance team on this immediately.
Although the gloriousness of a Katusha and PWEF is they create a lot of...
they do. T-70's in peril. Panzer IV goes forward. We've got Zis waiting though. No conscripts there anymore for the 18 aid. Katusha was awfully close. I tell you what, if Isildur knew what was waiting, he would have sacrificed that every day of the week. Everybody would have. But he had no way of knowing.
Prisoner's Dilemma Gaming here, and we saw it with the KV-1 retreating on the right, and now Isildur having to pull back with the P4 on his right. But yeah, big scrum in the middle here. MG42 doing work for the Soviets despite losing a squad. That can help keep the mid-VP in check.
Gods, we're going for something sneaky on the Panther there. They weren't able to get it, however. What do we have happening on the battlefield at the moment? It looks like Nagano, as Ed rightfully mentions, the MG42 is setting up. Let's check out the tap map and get an idea of the overall position. We've got squads arriving for Nagano. We've got Isildur's very concentrated at the moment, but he can afford to really think about his next move. Ed, he doesn't have to rush anything. He's got a lot of victory points on his side.
Yeah, Nagano for once going past the halfway line. What is this?
That's not Nagano, it's an imposter. Referees, get on this, check the camera, check the recording.
He's gone full Tim Howard in goal. He wants to score now. Get up the other end. So yeah, pretty adventurous this from Nagano. I know people must be like, how is this exciting? But given how
I thought you were
safety
joking.
first he has to play usually, this is him being aggressive. This is good.
Oh, where's this Katusha volley? Let me get back into real mode. There it is! It's on the base exit. That's how exciting he's getting. But we've got a Panzerwerfer in return. Do the Ziskuns survive with that Veterancy 2? Yes, they do. Will this allow the Panzers to re-emerge? God, suffering, but big Klims there ready to save the day. And the north side Panzer 4s versus a conscript squad. But look at the map, everyone in chat. It has gone fully blue now. Save for the high fuel. He's got all 3 victory points.
Yeah, and Isildur's almost backed himself into a pop cap corner here. With that 4th Grenadier, he cannot get a second pioneer.
No, here it comes. Can KV-1 survive? Doesn't look likely, Ed. Looks like the Panthers got him. And he's out of there.
Hit Vet 2 just to die.
Oh no. Can he take
Isildur.
advantage of this? So can he do something with the Panther and take advantage of the back lines? He's going to try and do that right now. New Clement is on his way. Clemmy the second. Combat Engineers push away the Pack 40s, keeping him in the victory point game, yes, but that was a big piece of material to lose.
Yeah, KV-1 down, but 1 could come out that assembly line just as fast, Matt. It's not too big a loss as we may think, because Isildur's still pop capped, so he's not bringing out anything new to the field. A good push there, unpunished, because due to the map control Isildur's had, he knew there would not be many mines there, and that enabled that Panther to pick off the KV-1.
Indeed. Panther penetrates and picks him off. Sure, there's a tongue twister in there somewhere. T-70 just looks to have a little scout there, just sees what's happening in the centre without being seen himself. Ever the spy and coordinator of intelligence. MG's pushing in the north. This could be bad, Ed, because the victory points will swing against Nagano so quickly.
Yeah, got to keep on top of that, but just going back to that Isildur play there to pick off the KV-1, it was all so well set up, Matt. He was pushing back the Ziz guns. Or as a Katusha tries to get that lucky clumped up wipe on the MG.
Could keep him in the game though. Zis in trouble. G43s could finish the job here. Low health now.
And this is where Nagano needs to just up that micro bit, get that AFK MG right back on the front, helping out those Ziz guns because they're under a lot of threat. And anything Nagano has to offer is probably always going to be backed up by that Ziz gun. offensively.
One-man Grenadiers capping here with 2 packs in like the area of operation. Just trying to lure him in. We've got the south engagement, very important. Combat Engineers can't cap.
T70 takes out that Gren that was just
does it?
tiptoeing at the...
Oh, nice work. There it is. He's got him. He's managed to find an angle on him.
that was a ballsy move there from Mistletoe, but I think he almost wants to lose that unit. And now he's got his second Pioneer, so yeah.
2 Ziskuns firing on the Panzer IV. Can they get... No, I think that blocks shots, that thing. Big Klimmy's got the T70 in tow. And how many victory points did he drop? Oh, he dropped to 33 on that last passage of play. He can't afford for that to happen again. He was on 70 before, so if that happens again and Isildur gains control, he's out of there.
We see unfinished mines from Nagano. He's just been so stretched to keep fixing up this damage sponge of a KV-1 as cons go in against a Werfer. Oh,
with the Zisses ready as well, don't forget.
Yeah.
He was trying to possibly find an angle there, I don't know. Big Klim goes to the south to allow the combat engineers in on the victory point. He just, I don't know. Does it feel like he's a little bit too fragile for this? As soon as he gets to 200 manpower munitions again, he can force him off and finish the game off. Nagano almost needs to get his own IL-2 ready. So if there it is. Nice shotgun blast from the Katusha. What does he find? Just the MG for now. Not actually hitting it though.
A lot of craters already around MG42, so it's pretty well safe at the moment. Oh, as I just said, that the last shell got it, Matt.
Oh, did it? Oh no!
Oh, Caster's curse.
Sorry,
the
mate.
Very last rocket killed the whole crew. That was pretty unlucky there for Isildur. They were quite spread out, and with 3 models. So yeah, another good pick off for Nagano though. So all the Russian fans in chat, not they're cracking out that vodka nearly.
They certainly are.
Ready to celebrate.
They're warming up the bear for a dance later on today. 2-2-2 forced away there, and we do have a T-34 on the field now. Big Klim the seconds back into the centre. He's got to keep up the pressure. T-70 is going to help out to that down. Look at these Grens surviving and neutralising there. Panther looking for a shot. Where are these shots landing? It's on the stolen MG42. He's going to be fine though. Actually pinned for now.
Yeah, T-34 was the choice, so no Su-85, which is a bit weird flex given all the armour Isildur had and the self-spotting vision it provides. But there must be a plan, and I think Nagano's going to have to pull on his aggressive shoes once again, Matt. And if he's got a T-34, that normally signals good old ram and jam.
Yeah, could do. He has to be aggressive, and he's got the army size for it, 87. But he has not got the victory point counted, so if he fails, he's lost. It's as simple as that. He has no more margin for error, no real more room for self-doubt. He just has to go for it, I suppose, and try and create space and breathing room, because his margins are too low at the moment. As I say, with one Stuka combo with a good Panzerwerfer, he's down and out.
So long as he keeps the Isildur's manpower churning, though, he will not be able to stockpile and save for a Tiger tank, which is crucial because you don't want an instant call-in heavy tank vehicle available for your opponent, especially if you do a big trade with your armour.
Really good point. So it's one of those that... Oh, what a shot there! And a huge Katusha volley, possibly. Grens are having to manoeuvre out, but do they catch some of the rockets? One more salvo could catch this Gren here. Oh, so lucky.
Didn't go long, yeah. Sliver of HP on a lot of those models, but they get home. Triple cap hype for Nagano.
Yes. So 151 now for Isildur all of a sudden. We're getting to GG well played Hall of Fame category game here now. This is getting very good indeed.
It's pretty remarkable that the T-70 and the 222 are still alive. That just shows the quality of these players.
An Su-85 as well. How does he have the pop cap? He's going to be at 100 with an almost perfect army composition. Maybe just one conscript, 2 less. But look at the vehicles. KV-1, T-34, T-70, Katusha, and soon an Su-85 to join their ranks. And that will give him the punching power and the stability possibly to well and truly hold the line. And it won't matter if the Panzerwerfer gets him on the Ziskuns, because he'll have enough anti-tank to stay on the field.
Yeah, he's finally got the Su-85, so this looks like a GG hold rather than a GG push coming from Nagano. Does need to reinforce a lot of his troops. Doesn't have the pop cap actually to get the Su-85 out. So may as well just repopulate all the squads to be as strong as he can be on the VPs.
Right, we've got Grens and Pioneers arriving here. Gods are trying to hold the line. They're waiting for the MG to get the suppression off. T-Star, look at this shotgun Katyusha volley there, but everything moves past it. We've also got IL-2 coming down. We've got Panzer IV coming in the north side. We've got Pax repositioning. There's so much happening right now. IL-2s, can they get a wipe on the Grens? No. Panther goes in, takes out the T-34. Can the Ziskuns find him in return? No, they can't. Meanwhile, the Panzer IV's facing off against the KV-1. It's all going down, Eddie boy.
Vet 3P4 is going to be firing hella fast on his good old returns against the KV-1 there, but Isildur's not bothered about that. He's just going straight for those VPs. Objective gaming here, Matt.
Su-85's coming into the mix here. Needs to watch out as this Panther doesn't know that the Su-85's on the field yet. It's yet to see combat. Oh, misses with his first shot though. That's just his luck. And importantly, he's losing the south victory point. He cannot afford to lose any victory points at the moment. Suicide. IL-2 comes in to try and help out, but can't do the job. Pioneer's forced away and keeps the victory point neutral. 33 victory points remain.
Bet 3 2-2 though can still have a go at being.
Oh, SH5 can find the Panther 4 here. Panther comes in as well against the against Big Klim. Oh, one more shot, penetrate to finish the job. Can the SH5 save the day? KV-1 misses. Panther misses. Guards come in. Su-85 comes in. Can he finish the job? Can he finish the KV-1 with his last
there we go.
drop of blood? No, he can't. Dead Panther. Meanwhile, we've got the central victory point being capped. We've got Katyusha fire coming down in the north. T-70 keeping the victory point dream alive for Nagano in game 1. 33 victory points holding strong for the Russian in this hellacious first game of the best of 7 grand final today.
That looks like GG. Isildur totally down on troops now. Has not saved up the manpower like we said earlier for that GG call in Tiger. And oh my, and Ostwind is going to be the choice. Is this a concession or what? As Nagano baiting with his KV-1's life there. Finally got the Su-85 back in gear and took out the Panther. Excellent play there from the Russian.
Goals versus 2-2-2 situations becoming critical. Both packs, by the way, were wiped in the melee there. Ostwind's soon to be on the field because there's a victory point scenario. He's having to go for anti-infantry in the last throws of the game. Panzer IV's out. He's got the volley from the Panzerwerfer ready. He does have 2 Grenadiers alive, but against such a huge colossus that is Nagano's army, he's now down below his victory point count. He's got 28 and dropping. Game 1 could be going to the Russian. The Russian that's been runner-up in the previous 2 World Championships in 2019 and 20. In this community-run World Championship, Nagano could be taking an early series lead. Although he won't be bringing the MG42 with him, Ed. That's definitely
but the Zizbauer, anything Werfer does, Zizbauer can do better. A wipe for wipe leaves the whole world MG-less. And this is one hell of a comeback from Nagano, all spurred on by the glorious Katyusha.
Oh, there you go. Isildur taps out. Game 1. 1-0 to the Russian heavyweight in this grand final series. Do we have a fable emerging as an historic tale to tell? Very possibly. Jesus Christ.
If we're having to take a break, think of what those players are having to go through right now, because that was electric. First game, just madness. Nagano looked like he was too passive again. It was like repeat of other weeks, but no, he just held on in there. Just thought, right, see you, Bliat, in the final game of this best of 7, because he's looking like he's going to go all the way. That was an awesome game one from the Russian there.
Certainly was. If you see Ed and I looking at the ceiling, we've made two monitors on top of each other's scenario, which is like really, really interesting. But let's have a look at the stats whilst we've still got them up on our screen, shall we? Let's check out the main units for Isildur as the pack, but we really want to check out this overview and see the kills and deaths. Then we want to get over to the graph and check out the points held, how it ebbed and flowed, but also the army value, how Isildur got to 43 minutes before losing his army.
It's cool though. Look at that. At 35 minutes into the game, you think, right, T-34 has gone down. Has Isildur just, taken out the final wave of this tower defense game on his defensive austere play? But no, Nagano hung on in there and then finally put in some good pushes himself, took out all those pack guns, and grabbed up the VPs. I'm just so looking forward to game 2.
Me too.
I can't wait.
We are going to take a breather, though, lads, and you can't fault us for that too much. Hopefully, I'll quickly try and show you, however, Nagano's best unit, because I'm sure it was historic. Of course, there's this guy. Friendly fire KV1, and it wasn't that interesting in the end.
All of its kills infantry.
We will be right back. Let's just make sure that the game is all set up. Yes, indeed, we got the correct scene all set up for game 2. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes, chaps. Thank you. We find ourselves in an unexpected scenario. If we'd done a poll on this, I guarantee you 90% or thereabouts would have voted that Isildur would win this series. Some might even say smash Nagano like he has in the past, with results such as 4-0 or 4-1 in grand finals. But no, do not adjust your sets. On the bottom of your screens, it's 0-1 right now, and he's breaking out with Lend-Lease tactics from the south-west side of Mill Road versus who, Ed?
The big bad Russian playing as the Germans is Nagano, coming fresh off a great comeback win in Game 1 here on Mill Road. And in Game 2, he gets to play as the Austere now and see how Zizbahodges and Katyushas feel. But he's got some great commanders on his choice. We do have to mention commanders. In this tournament, people have had a pick and ban approach, which has kept it fresh. That's why you haven't seen Ostrupin 24/7. But yeah, he's got some great commanders that he's kept back for this stage of the tourney.
I noticed, by the way, that the commander Isildur's chosen is a little bit more his playstyle. As I say, he's a mid-game power spiker. He likes to try to control the early pace and then just try and finish you off. In like as Ed and I were talking off camera, he kind of all of a sudden the tree starts talking. Isildur's army just starts moving all around you. And this particular commander is really good for that because, of course, you've got the Dushkas that give you that early game potential. You get the fuel drops, meaning you can possibly get an M4C Sherman out a little bit earlier. And as I say, the mid-game can be yours with this commander as Soviets.
Yeah, we've seen pretty similar build orders to each other players from last game. So Isildur's gone for the 3 conscripts again and 2 engineers. Maybe they know something that the 4 cons players don't. But definitely seems to prefer choice on this map at least. Gives you an opportunity to get 1 flamer and 1 sweeper, which I think's a safer bet.
First engagements just happening in the centre here. Sandbags being built. And Ed, let's talk a little bit for some of the more casual fans out there. Of course, it's a grand final, so we will have a lot more viewers than usual. That's just how it works. Why is it that we only see Soviets and Wehrmacht in these big tournaments at the moment, in the balance and the meta and such?
Because Brits, just like in World War II, fileerror.exe were not found for a while, and in this patch Brits just don't cut the mustard, so they're out. And USF definitely have their use on certain maps, but it's just these vanilla factions, Matt. They have all the tools that
so many tools indeed. And talking of which, there's a flamethrower, a non-doctrinal flamethrower that he's just allowed to build. It's just part of the army, which is exactly what we're talking about, and it's coming out perfect timing here. He had it upgrading just as he pushed into the flank. He got the neutralization with the conscripts, and now he's getting the burning in against Nagano. Nagano has to act, and he's also trying to defend another flank coming in from the side, so he's keeping the MG facing away. And now the cutoff is back in Russian/Wehrmacht's hands.
Isildur like ants just sprawling out everywhere with his units, but amazing MG42 play from Nagano, keeping the hordes at bay, and it could even get a wipe. Nope, Flamer does get away safely, but yeah, amazing play actually from both players, but Nagano just holding out well as Austere.
You know, I saw this bridge get destroyed in the last matches I started. Did you watch that last Saturday or the Saturday before? Yeah. It just randomly exploded. I was like, what the hell?
Bridge so you can't hide Katyushas on the next level counter.
But that was really cool play there. You guys, you could literally pause this video, just go and watch it and just assess all the movements and all the intricacies. As commentators, we cannot do it justice sometimes. Company Heroes is bloody beautiful with the infantry play. It really is. Sport weapon Compania coming out. Nagano already has battle phase 1, so light mechanized will be soon. Meanwhile, we're just waiting for the second passage of play, and Nagano's getting a little bit of fuel. This will be the first fuel, the second fuel tonight, because the cutoff was temporarily neutralized. So a little bit of whatever you can do, I can do better. Tit for tat stuff.
Yeah, small win here for Nagano, and those little small wins add up big time in the overall picture of things. But as we see, Isildur, he's thinking the same idea as well, straight onto the opponent's fuel, and I don't think... Oh, will the Grens get there in time? It doesn't matter. It just took too much damage from the MG42, noped out. But
really clever MG setup, Ed. He saw that all 3 conscripts are over there, and he's like, oh, I can just set my MG up, facing the with his back facing the enemy's direction, just to attack 1 combat engineer. So that's the kind of top level counting. Elite players can count to 3. Wow, amazing point there, Matt. But yeah,
5 minutes into the game, they're still fresh. They got the abacus out on the side. But yeah, we're seeing such fast T3s from Soviets on this map. But yeah, Isildur in potentially a minute could have a... Ooh, no, he doesn't, because he's gone straight to the half-track. Like both of them half-track. What is this?
He could get an assault group later on for 510 manpower, yes. But no, he's going for one from the tier 3 buildings. This is a vanilla strategy. This is instead of a T70. Does Isildur know something we don't know?
Just wants that mobile suppression platform. I imagine it's going to be a quad. And Nagano going for the basic bitch half track. Oh no, his is going to feel so budget compared to the quad.
And combat enemies are currently spanning out. There's nothing to defend them over there. A lot of barbed wire down from Nagano, going old school Co-1 barbed wire style there. But let's see if yes, indeed. So, by the way, this harks back to Isildur from ML4 tournament, if you recall, as OKW with the flak half-track, Ed. He was using it as a mid-game launch platform to suppress and dominate his opponents. So he's doing the exact same shenanigans again here, this time in the grand final. To my knowledge, he hasn't been busting out this strat quite yet. And here it is, the meat chopper, the kraut mower. The M17 lapping away.
Oh, Gren's in trouble. Oh, but he backed up with the flak half track, so just lost a bit of that inertia and momentum. Couldn't chase up with the kill. It's a flame half track now, it's trying to combat it, but this is rock, paper, scissors if I've ever seen one.
Checkmate possibly here, or at least he's starting to put the pressure on the king, and he's at the gates of the castle as the pioneers die trying to get to the keep. Oh dear, oh dear.
We are pioneers, not grenadiers, and now they're emulsified by the quad. But there's a lot of mines already on the map, Matt, and no sweeper now, not even a pioneer for Nagano, so ooh, rough waters ahead potentially for the Russians.
Imagine how upsetting it is to kill yourself to beat the reigning world champion in game 1, to now be almost snookered. That is a British sporting term, look it up, in game 2.
Yeah, but the quad can just bring AFK in the mid now and just swing around and take out what it wants. But the Pack 40's going to have something to say about that. Gren baiting with its life to keep the flak half track in sight, but can't get the second shot off on target. So
big shout out to last week when my co-caster was not a rank 200. It was DevM. And he said, by the way, that people had been practicing a little bit of M17s in scrims, as like they were just messing around with them. It now turns around that he meant Isildur when he said that, and he just said in chat, wasn't sure if Izzy would do this, but the madman did it. So this was an experimental strategy, it seems, that was built up against DevM, and he has busted it out in the grand final.
Is there maneuverability to now disqualify Isildur this game for not trying hard enough and
no, this is
throwing the game by going?
I'm thinking outside the box and having the balls to dare to be different. I think that is that's trying harder than hard. That's actually, you know, that shows he's been pushed by Nagano.
No, I love it.
Ooh, what a burnage there by the 251.
Even the Dushka without AP rounds can do that much damage to the half track. That thing is made of paper.
Has overdrive now. It's just used it just to navigate the battlefield, by the way, just to get down south and put some pressure on these pioneers. Delivery for you. Uber Eats. Did you want 12,000 bullets in your face? No, I ordered dirty chips.
Hot lead bullets in your area. Oh
yeah, he attacked that large grenade, steel granada. It's 20 times larger. I think it might be a lamppost actually.
Some extreme baiting here with his Gren's lives is Nagano. Trying to put the pressure on, but Isildur does not have a Ziz gun, so he might be able to push off.
Oh, he got a nice shot there with the spotting from the 251. M17 has to be careful. This superstar non-meta unit that's done alright thus far. Had a lot of pressure, but Nagano is eking his way back into the game thanks to the Pack 40. He now has a victory point in the centre and he's got his fuel, so he's looking alright.
Yeah, VP's still pretty calm in the way of Isildur, but we saw last game what happened is the Nagano's.
Oh, nice there. He tried to close the distance. Did he get off? Yes, he did. Homing missile. AT grenade there, and now we have the Zisco. It's a shame it wasn't on the field 2 minutes early, otherwise it could have helped out take out the 251.
Yeah, and just on the VP point, like Nagano can't, as Oster, he can't get too complacent because it is a lot harder to attack with Oster than it is Soviets usually, especially when double Ziz guns are up later game.
Grenade shouted there. That was their grenade, which they helpfully shout, "Grenade!" In fear. I always hate that voice line, Ed, when your own unit shouts grenade in fear whilst throwing a grenade.
Panic retreat, and then
yeah,
you just watch one little unhealthy model run home for the enemy.
Oh! Yeah, I heard it too, Ed. I heard it too. The M17 gets shot in the ass and goes for a little bit of an underpass. Hello there. We're going to have to get a
troll in town. Look at him. He didn't even duck. Just head warps.
Ooh, MG has been flanked. I repeat, the MG of Nagano has been flanked by the conscripts. And blocked and taken out. Will he be able to get away with it? He's not going for it.
Whoa.
I am surprised.
Okay. Safety first, and then there's just...
Oh, no, it was genius. He had the Ziz barrage ready. Will the MG get away, though? Will it be genius or will it be foolish? Oh, it was foolish in the end. The MG gets away.
That was too much IQ than was actually required.
Indeed. Sometimes Occam's razor, the simplest solution is the best one. You can overcomplicate Company of Heroes.
It would have been nice there. It would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was worth the risk. It was pretty badass.
It's a 9,000 IQ bait, but nope, not today.
Got a delivery for you, lads. It's can't see the plane, just see the things that delivers. Where's the plane? Was it a U2 spy plane? It wasn't in the sky,
it's
camera
shy, you know.
Okay, fair enough. It's in the clouds.
But yeah, I think Isildur will be slightly kicking himself. He didn't grab that MG42. Nagano, like Isildur last game, has gone for double MG42. So this is going to be
all the pro players in chat are saying it wasn't a bait, by the way. Kimbo and I don't want to call. Oh, Devem Alpern also says it wasn't a bait. But Ed, dude, we have, you know, our mega minds are too good for these so-called pro players in chat. If we say it's a bait, it's a bait. We're telling stories here, lads. Oh, this is incredible. I've Nagano. He's got the Grens in another. You know, just hyping stuff up now, trying to make stories. It's not going to happen. Anyway,
I'm a bit worried for Nagano though. He's got such a defensive build, but he's not in the lead of the VPs. So yeah, it doesn't really fit the situation here. What's going on here? But he'll be powering his way through to a P4 as soon as.
M17 with 7 kills comes into view, eats a Faust. Is there any follow-up? Not presently. Meanwhile, in the north, we've got the 251 versus the combat engineer. Dushka's lining up against the Grens. Conscripts coming to take the victory point. Ed, how's this game unfolding? Is Nagano stabilised?
Yeah, it seems he's reddening up the map, but MG42 pretty far forward on its own. It does have a squad in front and pack guns, so Isildur will be well versed to push right, I think, as the next attack. Can come round with these great shot blockers the map provides, and side blockers.
There's a massive debate right now, still if it's a bait or not. So it could have been a little bit subjective. Anyway, 251 could die here. Is can he track him? Oh, couldn't get it off. However, the M17 can. Hello, Dave! Oh, but the pack could get him! 251 is down. Gren's spotting for the pack. No, he's out of there.
Overdrive gaming. Good flank and shank there from Isildur. Set him up with one hit and then came in from the rear with that M17. Did
such a good bait there as Gren's forced away by the combat engineers. And look at this. An M4C is now out for Isildur. But it has to be said, Nagano's really stabilised with these 4 Grenadiers. Again, 2 MGs. That is the flavour of the day for a Wehrmacht, it seems.
No GG mortar inside. Feels bad, man. But M4C Sherman does have good fast rate of fire. Nice mix of shells as well. As plucks 2 Gren models. Be happy with that.
Yeah, and the M4C gets some juicy shots off as well. This thing's nearly veteran C3. That'll give it superb mobility. believe. Yes. Oh no. Reinforcement radius. Woo! That'll help.
Which you can't do because it got upgraded, but we'll take it.
Indeedy doody. 77 fuel as well for Isildur, so we'll have another tank soonish. Nagano does have battle phase 2. He does have support weapon company. Support armor core rather. He's German, of course. Well, he's playing as the Germans.
Yeah, no telemines they really have spotted from Nagano yet, which is a bit disappointing. As you know, Soviets, it's going to be a lot of vehicles later game. Isildur's going to want to have to mass produce these M4C Shermans, I think.
Work a battle there, nothing to see. We do have the Dushka pushing up, however, through the smoking house. Is that your house when you were at university, Ed?
Yeah, pretty similar, yeah.
All 420 blazing it, it seems.
Sheffield Hype above a belly busters.
Here we go. Very soon to be Veterancy 3. There it is at M17. Has 9 kills now. And a squad wipe, well, a unit wipe rather. Killed the vehicle, of course. Pack. Ooh, misses the Sherman.
Just one vetted pack gun though for Nagano, just keeping him from getting absolutely rickrolled by the Soviet vehicles here. MG42 setting up so low HP, and it's down.
There we go.
Oh, sniped. Who
him.
needs snipers when you got this?
Oh, he's going to oorah in as well. Is there anything to stop him? There is these forces, but can they set up in time? He goes past the Grenadiers. They're useless. They can't do anything, and the Grens could die themselves. Isildur with an excellent push. MG to the rescue. M17 gets the snipe from afar.
He didn't pick up the MG42 to bait for the M17.
Oh,
to
incredible. 9,000 IQ bait there.
Definitely bait.
Oh, incredible. He's like a grandmaster chess player as Isildur. He's thinking 7,000 moves ahead. Chat just don't understand the levels that this player's playing at right now. 5-8, easily dodged. Panzer IV on the field. Will he crush the garden? Will he crush the garden? Oh, so close, Ed. So close.
Oh, no skin, no hype.
Oh, I know.
The Nagano just keeping it.
Look at this. This M17 is the stuff of legends. He's gone north with it now. He could take out the Pioneer. Or will the Panzer IV come to put an end to that shenanigans? No, he's in the centre at the moment, so he could finish off the Pioneer. Needs to go stationary, perhaps. Block him, maybe. Leave himself exposed. Definitely. One last blap. There it is. Pioneer down.
No help from the P4. Had to be elsewhere, so second Pioneer now going down for Nagano. Tough times for the Russian playing as Germans, but he has locked in a doctrine. He's got the infantry doctrine up. I don't know how much that's going to give him other than later game fag bombs perhaps, but yeah.
Panzer IV is marauding, looking for what was once there, but guess what? It's not there anymore. A little bit slow to move. Maybe he's waiting for the Pak 40 to be ready or something. Or he's just scared of the Zisk on M4C combination, perhaps. I don't know, but he definitely could have gone for the M17 earlier.
I just feel he needed at least 2 packs or just a teller or two, a bit more anti-tank capabilities did Nagano, but he's now got the 5-man Grenadiers that basically look like Volks.
Yeah, there we go. We got the
this
choice.
new patch.
Bit of GID.
They are Grenadiers, I assure you.
Oh, well, Nagano see this. Will he show a bit of tiredness? Yeah, he's seen it. Good man, good man. I was going to say, after that first game, we can forgive people being a little bit AFK at times, but not in a grand final, maybe. We do expect, obviously, a lot from our players. And coming here, so much endurance required. Tripwire Flare ignites, thanks to the Panzer. Sherman, ready to face off against that foe of many battles.
And Katusha locked in for Isildur, so he's really spiking ahead now on the armour.
Here we go, first salvo. Where's it going to be? All the way on that MG.
The squad's like, we've seen this before, we
Yeah.
outie.
Oh, we're out of here. We don't want to hang around for this. Meanwhile, we do have a push in from these not Folks Grenadiers.
As Ricky Rifle's beautiful map gets torn up now in the later game. Oh,
Vet 3
P4.
combat engineers will die here to the Sturmgewehrs.
Yeah.
Also the Panzer IV perhaps. Who's will get the kill? It was the Sturmgewehrs of the not Folks Grenadiers.
5-man Gren's worth it.
All the time.
Doubles this now from Isildur. would we expect anything else? But Nagano's got to respond.
What a series this has had
Yeah,
so far.
it could go straight.
This
for
is the
P-Worth.
grand final we wanted from the last World Championships. That was just slated in the YouTube comments of being so bloody boring, and I agree. This is what we wanted to see at the time. This is the same two players, but they're putting on a show, and I think it's thanks to Commander Vetoes and just kind of the overall atmosphere surrounding this tournament thus far. Nagano definitely just throwing everything that he has now, and Isildur already been pushed to his limits and having to break out the non-meta strats.
Yeah, we're so lucky that, you know, coming up and doing this live cast that we did get. It seems like pretty lucky with these games at the moment, and they're definitely delivering. The players are.
Not Folks Grenadiers cow behind the bushes. Sherman, tracks them. Fires straight through. We've got a pack lining up. Zis could be ready to barrage, but leaves himself a little bit too Zis push up with conscript support. More to follow. Isildur's going in for the kill here.
Absolutely nothing on the left VP defending that, but it doesn't matter. Isildur knows he's conducting the pace. He's throwing the jab into Nagano's face all the time, and Nagano's having to react to it.
There's the target from the Katusha. It's this MG on the cutoff.
Oh, no overshot. Luckily, just skips away with two low HP models. That is a Vet 2 MG42, so definitely good news there for Nagano, keeping that one alive.
MVP unit of the M17's got one vehicle destroy, 18 infantry kills, but a hell of a lot of suppression and health damage. Just so much, power exerted from Isildur with that one vehicle.
Yeah, and the 5-man Gren's up against 7-man Cons. It's bolstered squads for everybody today. And second P4 for Nagano, so nice change from the last game. I think this is going to lend itself to a big more all-in GG push. But yeah, with double MGs supporting up. And
he's got to try and get rid of these Zis guns though, Ed, and he does have a frag bomb coming.
Yeah.
So I think with 2 Panzerfalls and a frag bomb, now you're talking my language. But without that frag bomb landing on the Zis guns, what is this?
It's how he's going to use his
my
guns.
god.
Oh my god.
I've heard about this. This is the Zis 6 152 millimeters of tank busting action.
Joined at the hips for extra accuracy. Oh no. P4 please. Just gets out in time. Cone of fire not wide enough there for the Zizzes. Lucky P4. But good pressure from Isildur. This is all what he's about. It's just making Nagano dance to his tune. It's seeming too much now for the Russian.
Oh, what a shot there by the double Panzerfalls. He's still trying to take out the Not Folks Grenadiers, however, and could die because of it. Katusha finds the MG, though conscripts do survive. Does the MG do the same? No.
Oh no. 4 men, 1 rocket. New
Oh,
video
gosh.
on the corner. But
Put your phone away, Ed. I don't want to watch.
But at least he has 5-man pioneers to recrew his weapon teams with.
There he goes, recruits it with low health, but there's so much manpower attrition been done to Nagano at the moment. Another M4C Sherman, so he'll go tank for tank against him, but the crucial difference being we've got rocket artillery and we've got this God vehicle with extra fuel on the side in case he runs out, by the way. That's pretty handy. MG's constantly pushed away so much. I bet you, let's just check out the manpower. Oh my god, look at the KD. It's roughly the same for Soviets versus Wehrmacht. I had a feeling it would be.
It's very good news for Soviets to keep up in kill count against Oster. Such is the power of just 7-man conscripts though, Matt. Late game, they just snipe models for days.
Certainly do.
Ooh, speaking of snipe.
Yes!
Oh.
And the weapon destroyed there. Zis is trying to answer. But maybe Isildur's thinking, well, I've got 82 pop cap now, so maybe I've got room for another tank at 125 fuel. Maybe he's been done a favour.
It was a boat.
It was a boat. Another boat. Making him waste ammunition. Oh, M4's. Sorry, the M17's leaving himself a little bit exposed there, but the Zis is waiting. We do have the new Sherman arriving, so he can protect him, and he needs to do so.
I think good old Captain Struggles is overdue here, Matt, because that'll eat up Sherman's for breakfast. Doubles is still going to be a problem. Frag bombs about 20 munitions away. So it's looking alright for Nagano. Stemming the VP bleed a bit, and there we go, big
juicy
Tellermine.
Tellermine. We didn't even clock that. Panzer IVs go forward. Can the Zis help out? Katusha's firing over here on the MG. It's all about this Sherman that's about to die, though. Can Nagano get it? Yes, he can.
Forwards! It's now time for Nagano, but he pulls back.
Ooh, Zis is low. We've got the 80 grenade threatening, but the Panzer IVs skipping away in the nick of time there.
Good decision there from Nagano. I think I would have been full bloodlusted after the first kill and gone straight in, but nope. Nice poise there from the Russian player, and wow, keeps his second P4 alive. That was big. M4C Sherman for nothing, man.
Yeah, yeah.
The power of a teller, ladies and gentlemen.
Didn't even clock that, but Tank certainly did when its treads were blown off. Panzer IV comes in south. We see mines win games being spammed in chat. They indeed do. All of a sudden, it feels like Nagano is like back in this. We were just completely touting Isilda to be 1-1 back in. We're doing the exact same. Poor Nagano, but you've got to say, as caster, we've watched so many Nagano grand final failures that he does elicit this response from us. We're not biased. We never tried to be biased. But the poor bloke's been second so many times that even when he's winning in a grand final, we're still like, oh, his Panzer IVs aren't as good as they should be.
He just wants that rubber band mechanic in Code 2. Spring back off the ropes and knock Isildur out. But Isildur still calm. Collected that Vet 3 M17 is just oppressive to the Grens here.
It really is very Orwellian. It's just creating a new world for Nagano to live in. It's a world of hellacious fire pinning his units to the ground. Still no... okay, it's 180, so be ready for it soon. Just thinking that would be good to try and get off on the Zis guns, wouldn't it? But does he have enough punching power with the two Panzer IVs? Oh, what a volley that is! Grens need to survive here. Where's the overshot? Oh, there it is! The last rocket yet again! He wrote their names on it. Oh, and the Zisses are lined up. Friendly fire on the conscripts as they are forced forward. Spotting for the Zis gun. Here comes the Sherman, however.
He was aiming at the MG42, but picked up a nice bonus Gren there. Did the Katusha of Isildur. Yikes, that's got to really hurt Nagano. He's been very reliant on his Grens here this game so far, especially with 5-man upgrade and Vet 3. Painful loss for him.
Really is. As we see another Sherman in the build. Nagano has a lot of fuel, by the way, and let's see if he's done any teching. No, he's remaining in Battle Phase 2, Tier 3 for now.
It's going to be the old P12 of Doom, Matt.
Oh, there we go.
3 times P4. Let's see it happen. 1 up the pump and 1 on each flank. Could still exist, so if you're Nagano's fans out there, it ain't over yet.
It's never over until it's over, and we're a long way from it. We're only 28 minutes in. Nagano doesn't have the healthiest victory point score, but we all saw what happened in the first game when he was down to 33 victory points and he managed to rescue it from the flames. And he was declared a hero by chat because he made this series all of a sudden become a competitive spectacle worth watching. Good on him. Certainly wants this 2 grand, but more than that, Ed, he wants his first ever CO2 major. 1v1 major at least. I think he might have won a CO2, a 2 versus 2 tournament or 2.
It'll be the 3 Musketeer P4s now. 2 MG42s. He's got an okay base to launch a good attack. It's just whether how many mines Isildur's been able to get down in the interim.
That's a tricky place to put sandbags down, Isildur. Not too sure about that one. This is waiting for the Panzer IV. Sherman gets a good shot away. Conscripts forced away. We do have an insurrection in the west. So many shells firing like drum beats in the centre.
And it looks like Isildur's getting back to his blood math, Matt, and he's just working out the equation of how to beat Nagano now in this game too. He's tightening the noose. This all stems from great barrages of his Katusha, and then he feeds off it. He pushes in with everything else.
It's like Hulk Hogan in 1987 feeding off the fans. He's hulking up, guys. He's feeding off the rockets of all the Hulkamaniacs. And cocaine, lots of cocaine. Although that is against the rules, but you can't prove anything. I'm joking, guys. Just the...
Ooh, cheeky Molotov though, nasty. Late game as a Vet 3 conscript nearly goes down, but these budget Grens with their STGs don't seem to have the long range potential.
Oh, like the Sherman does.
Yikes.
Giving them a little slap on the behind as they toddle off.
Rough stuff for Nagano's manpower. He does nearly have enough manpower for another P4, but no. Ops for a second pilot, no. Oh, an Ostwind. Okay. Here we go. 4 vehicles.
Panzerswolf Ostwind Battle Group reporting.
A few years later, meme of when he's going to actually repair these.
Oh, that's going to take a while with the... Well, they are 5-man with the Minesweeper, but it's still going to take a while. Reminds me of Co-1. Would you remember you could build repair bunkers? That was so helpful.
Yeah. You can just play an AFK and fix your tanks for free, but Soviets still can with certain commanders.
The Germans can on one commander, can't they? I swear to God, or am I making that up?
Yeah, on the defensive doctrine.
Yeah, I think so. Here we go, we've got a big push in from Isildur. Sherman's looking for exploitation. They find the MG though, there's Panzers waiting. But it's the repair time. They're down in the mechanical workshop at the moment. He's going to frag bomb his way out of the situation. Oh, that was alright. Takes down the house, and here comes the Panzers pushing through the Ardennes. They find the MVP unit, but they hit a mine. And one's out of control. Can he get the M17? Oh my God, it survives! And the Shermans take him out! All 3 Panzer IVs look certain to die here! M17's still alive! Oh, that's so unfortunate. Do we see an 18-8 as well, perhaps? There it is! Damaged engine, Ziskun sets up. T-34 rolls onto the field. Zisk can't finish the job, he's not facing the right way, but the T-34 is. Goodbye!
Oh,
bounces!
The glory of the bounce, here we go.
Oh no!
Main gun crit when?
Oh no, here we go. Let's find this angle. There he goes. He finds the shots. Ostwind watching on. 3 Panzer IVs down for what? A single Sherman. A single Sherman.
It's all
a lot of
bait, man. Look
infantry's
at the
died.
VPs.
Oh, Faust threatens as well. Faust threatens.
He's doing it. He's starting to
There
believe.
you go. Starting to believe indeed.
He's done it. I think he's done it.
We're going to have to check the bloody replay, mate, because that was mayhem.
This is good. This is good news for Nagano. The whole map lays in.
He's missing his leg. He's lost an eye. He has no face.
I'm telling you. He's A-okay here.
Let me check the graphs. I don't believe you. I'm going to check my graphs. I'm an accountant at the end of the day. Okay, so he's lost more of his...
It's a double dip, man. Buy more Dogecoin.
What is this?
It's just a dip.
What is that? Okay, it's just a dip. He's rebounding. But the important thing, the thing that Ed is saying, is he has got map control. He's got map control out.
He needs to just wave hello, at least to the left VP, does Nagano. And get
I tell you,
he
can end up equal in that trade if he takes this Ziskun.
I'm not joking about. For once in my life, I'm being serious. That was good for Nagano. He needed something. Okay, it's not perfect. It's like going for a leg amputation and you lose your head or something.
He just planted a teller and he loses it immediately to the Sherman. That's just unfortunate. But big news, by the way. The M17 survives there. 32 bloody kills.
Yeah, it wiggled its Shakira hips just in time.
Zis didn't last long. Conscripts and Sherman take it out. Here comes the Katusha on the pack. 40. Veterancy 3 looks likely to remain there.
Needs to keep backtracking though. If he loses that to the cons fire, that'll be curtains for Nagano's anti-tank.
Zis taken back by Isildur, and there's another one backing him up. He's going to push forward, however. Got pack 40 lined up, pinned. Conscripts can no longer advance. At least that's what they're telling the Commissar. And the Ostwind with some fadeaway shots over the shoulder. Conscripts forced away.
Yeah, the big trade-off, I guess, was all of the cons survived for Isildur, and that was huge. As we just see the Vet 3 pack 40 F in chat for that vetted crew.
Oh, did it get taken down in the end?
Got taken down. It's recrewed, but it'll never be the same again.
Big shot by the Pak 40. Can it turn around in time and get the last shot away? It's unlikely. The speed on this thing with overdrive is so much. He's tracking him. He's going for it, Ed. Oh, close.
No 420 Blazer just yet. But yeah, Nagano just a bit lax there on the retreats. Needed to recover his forces, get him consolidated, recruit up. Instead, I think just stayed out a bit too long on the battlefield there in an awkward forward position, and Isildur just sensing it like a shark, got straight in there, went for blood.
There's that kill count on the Sherman. He knows right now that there's Tala gone down recently. He's timing it, but it's a little bit dangerous from Isildur there, just poking his nose around the corner, doing a bit of manpower evisceration. What a series we're watching, lads. This is what we wanted to see. This best of 7 is already the best of 7 in tournament history, because I've watched them all. I've watched every single bloody one of them in tournaments, and this has been next level so far. It's been great.
The painful bit of that big GG push, Matt, was he didn't get the M17 kill. It must have evaded 2 shots or something to survive, and that was huge, because now, as we get to the late game...
Tusha could be good here, Ed. Yep. Where's it going to land? Okay, it's on the MG yet again.
That's fine. The Grens are pushed off the con, so that works A-okay for Nico. Oh, but there we go. M17 still alive, saving the day again. Must be the bane of Nagano's existence at the moment.
Nagano yet again down to double-digit victory points. That, by the way, was assault and hold, able to take ground, increasing their offensive capability, the speed with which they can seize territory. Just used the ability.
Exactly now.
Ostvin's going in for the M17. He's found him here. Is this dangerous? So has he got these flak shots off? One misses, one hits. Can he carry on?
How blessed is this M17? Oh, lives again. Kitty Cat with 9 lives. Pack crew very low. Needs to retreat back or heal up or get on-field meds urgently. Ricardo, please. Protect your weapon crews, and Ostia will be fun to play again, I promise.
97 victory points remain for Nagano. He's holding for now, and he's just getting a triple cap. But he's out of everything. He's building another Grenadier, by the way, to replenish his infantry stock. But he's out of fuel. He's low on munitions. Isildur has fuel in the bag, even with this new T-34. So you've got to say that the economies do seem to be in the Brits' favour at the moment.
Isildur, whilst he has 7-man cons and breath in his lungs, there's always a good chance. Doubles is still up though. Nagano, it's going to be such a long time until he builds up that Panzer division again, so in the interim he does get an extra Grens, Matt. He's back to 3.
Pak could get picked away there. Panzer IV watches on as the Ostwind can't make it past the bushes. We do have the new T-34 on the field, 76mm variant, forcing away the MG. We've got double Zis guns ready to force away the Ostwind should he stick around for too long. On the victory point scenario though, he's not been able to cap the central victory point thanks to this Vet 3 MG, so I'm sure the Katusha has a word or two to say about that very soon.
Yep, ready to run by. Only 12 kills, but it seems to have had so much more impact because of the pushes it could generate back off the back of its barrages and the map control. But here we go, Nagano 97 VPs, man. Still in this game, draining away on Isildur's total.
Certainly is. Let's got the MG just sitting in the centre right now. It's a bit of a target. The Not Folks Grenadier has been forced away by the combat engineers. And here comes that Katusha volley, no doubt on the MG. And he retreats it ahead of time this time. He knows that that's the target. And he retreats everything he has, ceding control of multiple victory points back in Isildur's hands. That 97 will become a lot lower very shortly, Ed.
Yeah, another good VIP treatment there of his vetted crews. Got him home safely. First class ride in the limo. Gotta be sure not to lose his weapons crews as the Austrian takes a shot right to the schnoz. Gets out of there with a bit of veterancy now.
Combat engineers cannot complete the cap. Nagano keeps it neutral. He's only ticking away at 1 victory point per second. Every 3 seconds at the moment, so a third per second.
Saddest day of your life though when a combat engineer drops one of your Gren models.
It really is. Oh, and there's the T-34.
The second one in the build as well. Isildur's just gone full Soviet Industry mode now. That's going to be 3 tanks against 1 very soon.
That's a nice little Zis barrage there on the Pak-40, keeping that out of the picture as the Panzer IV tries to do the same to the conscripts, not before they complete their cap. However, MG, this is a new MG, Ed, or it's not one that's been very well used. It's already got a kill, so I'm an idiot. Shh, don't listen to me. That's tagging into the centre. The Vet 3 MG is currently going northwest. You've got to keep an eye on the MGs when you're down on your victory points. They become all important all of a sudden.
Yeah, good support here. He's got a Zis gun left out in the winds, but M17 straight behind, doesn't care.
Did you know that the M17 has 2 vehicle kills?
Wow. Oh yeah, the half track and...
Well, I know the half track, but what else was it? Did he kill one of the Panzers?
A plane when the...
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, plane. That makes much more sense, Ed. Must have killed the frag bomb plane after he delivered the frag bomb, maybe. I don't know. Ah, some of the rockets hit the Ospendays, helping the MG survive, but it won't. So this last rocket will hit him somehow. It still will hit him. Anyway, he's suffering a lot of Zis rounds and T-34 fire, and the Grenadiers have been forced away in the east. Meanwhile, T-34 just drives into the MG's face.
One's going desperately low in the mid here. P4 hasn't got the MG42 upgrade on pin mount, so saving for the frag bombs is Nagano. Vet 3 Pak-40 again. One thing Nagano is very good at is getting veterancy on his pack guns, that's for sure.
Certainly is. He's going to stay on 81 victory points for a while. That central victory point is neutral for the time being. Where's he going with his tech? He's still staying in tier 3.
Yeah, an interesting interaction. I don't think it was the T-34 shell. It was the Katusha that damaged the Austrian there, Matt.
It was.
Just to have enough damage so he could snare it. That was a pretty evil combo there from Isildur. But just shows how alert and awake he is to any little opportunity or chance he can pick off Nagano.
It's done, and is Nagano done in game 2? He's got 81 victory points left. He's got his Panzer IV and Osvin, but they're against really tough odds here. 2 Zis guns operating in unison, and now 3 medium tanks opposed, and one of which is veterancy 3 for the Sherman. Real tough odds.
It's never too late for a Stug.
I really would agree with you there. Stug would be excellent on mill roads, good open areas to it in the middle, especially. Not Folks Grenadiers just about survive against the mediums.
Just needs a fire rate to compete with these, but double Ziz. It is going to look like frag bombs or bust to get rid of the double Ziz.
Absolutely. We got the M17 just behind the shot blocker there, just chilling, keeping units from entering the centre. Nagano looks, well, Isildur looks like he's about to tighten the noose on Nagano. Here comes a Katusha volley. It's this time on this MG, catching Nagano off guard. Pak-40 finds this T-34. Combat energies are capping in the south.
Yeah, due to the austere kind of gameplay style and Nagano's adversity to risk, it's just not even...
Oh, Osvin could find the MVP of the game. Oh, couldn't do it. Overdrive initiated.
Gotta let it live once again. What life is that? Number 4 maybe? But I was just going to say, look at the left VP, Matt. Like, no troops are ever venturing there. It's just, Isildur's got it locked down with that M17, and Nagano can't open up that 3rd VP pressure. Just,
Medium tanks dominating the south. We've got a unit capping in the centre. The conscripts also building a sandbag. 68 victory points remain. We're down to 1 VP per second very shortly. Here it is, 1 VP per second, a minute for Nagano to survive before this series is equalised and we enter a best of 5.
Here comes the frag bombs in the mid, but it's way off the mark. I think his Zis guns will be safe. Yep. Desperation move here from Nagano. That was his last eggs in the basket, I think, that he just held at Isildur. But the Brit stays strong. MVP M17, surely.
It absolutely is. It's MVP of the bloody tournament. Oh, and it dies just as we crown it.
Nice. Oh. I knew I could bait it to death. There we go.
You debated it there with your casters because you knew you would. You're on the Nagano's side. Got double agent Ed
lining up. I was like,
Died a hero indeed. as the conscripts are just sticking behind the sandbags on multiple victory points right now. We do have a very important thing happening in the north as the Panzer IV dies in the south. This MG is currently capping here, but it's all too little, too late.
Wouldn't be a hero if it survived, so
True.
living to the game's name, it had to die.
Classic German World War II style. All the aces are dead by 1945, and then this is... Oh, this is the Soviet one. Well, Soviets as well.
But yeah, great showing though from both players here in this game too. Well deserved from Isildur, but I do believe now surely he'll be able to close out the last 5 EPs, or do we have another twist in this tale?
Well, there you go. Northern victory point has been capped. The central one also with this true hero of the Wehrmacht there. Vet 3, Sherman goes forward in the east. We've got Ostwind and Pack coming to rescue the situation in the west. Pins the conscripts and forces away the T-34. Does it? Yes, one more shot. Gets him!
Oh no, but there's another one straight in the bill.
Of course there bloody is. There's more coming out the woodwork just when you think you get rid of the other. He needs to find the T-34 Queen, Ed. He needs to go into the nest. Otherwise they're going to keep regenerating. Oh.
Swiping left like a madman on Tinder. Trying to get that queen for more P4s, but no. Nagano, I think, has given a great effort here in game 2. Probably just best to collect his brain juice for game 3 now.
Definitely, as the Ziskuns could die. I mean, can't count him out 4 victory points and certainly more than 3, and 2, and 1, and definitely 0. Oh, but that's very much a 0 existence Grenadier there. Got Vet 3, Sherman goes forth, takes out the Ostwind, does a quick 360 no scope. Mom, get the camera! This is going straight in the co-montage.
Yep, very good holdout from Isildur, and GG game 2.
Hello there, and welcome to this absolutely fantastic best of 7 grand final. You're looking at Nagano's Soviets. This is Crossroads, and I'm here with Ed 80 Hertz against, and of course he's playing against Isilda, the reigning world champion. But just to introduce the map, Isilda chose the maps today. That's his upper bracket advantage. He's the unbeaten finalist before your very eyes, and he chose 5 victory point Crossroads. Just a little bit of a explanation as to how this works for you guys watching on YouTube. You know, the people that only ever click videos because they say grand finals. This is to make the old 3VP Crossroads more aggressive, so the players can't just keep one quadrant like the bottom right, like Nagano usually used to. They have to fight for all of the map at all times, and it's really been awesome to watch. We've seen some fantastic games in this tourney thus far. Ed, what are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts are good luck, have fun to Oster trying to keep 5 VPs, because I can barely keep 5 points, resource points at all with that faction. But if anyone can handle it, it's Isildur. And Nagano back on his famed Russians for this game 3. We've had one hell of a round 1 with a Nagano epic comeback game. And then game 2 was a good old slogfest with some GG pushes as well. Let's see what game 3 on this spanking new 5 VP version of Crossroads is like.
Rachel with a good question in chat. If Nagano's wins, do we get a second best of 7? No, we're not using that traditional format where you have to beat the upper bracket finalist twice. No, we just give him an advantage in this case. Each got to choose the maps. So it's a trade-off. Now you've got first engagements.
Yeah, you're not getting me back to Stoke that quickly again.
Indeed.
I need at least 2-month detox cooldown.
Got second Grens coming out and looking to mitigate the conscripts' advance, trying to stop them flanking. He's not actually... he's capped the southeast as Nagano in this, so this is actually Isilda without his own fuel.
Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see how this 5 VPs plays out, really, because I haven't seen too much games on it. You know, we can't get it in auto match, so this is a Master League special.
Well, basically what tends to happen is you just don't get fighting in one area. So if this is happening late game, you'll also have stuff happening around here, for example. Because if they don't, they will get triple capped, because there's an extra victory point with which to do that, you know.
Yeah, it's normally just a huge Royal Rumble in the middle and then
exactly,
a little Timmy squad running around the edges, so it might shift the focus a bit more of the map control. I like it.
Right, folks, Grenadiers holding the line. MG42 pushes up, and we've got 2-man folks using the conscript screen cover against them. Meanwhile, we've got Pioneers just building and assembling fortifications in the northeast.
We can see America's woken up now with the great Tomikaze in chat.
Oh, Tomikaze,
bringing out
a legend.
The big guns for the finals.
The GCS legend himself. Grens drop in, conscripts trying to bully them out of position. They take refuge behind this Stug. MG forces away that conscript over there. We've got fresh conscripts holding the line. Victory point wise, it's 1 each capped with 3 neutral right now.
Sign up to OKW Prime today and you can play as Austin.
OKW are actually being worked on right now by Relic. They will be released by 2022, and then we'll be able to play on them.
Good
so
stuff.
I'm really looking forward to this new faction, OKW, that are going to be coming out. It's very exciting times.
Yeah, the long lost DLC of Brits is it's also pending. Don't know where that one's gone this wipe, but
I don't think they'll ever release that, quite frankly. I heard it was buggy. Anyway, we've got a nice flank coming in. Oh, the MG's ready for him, though. It's not a nice flank at all. It's just a failed flank.
Nice green cover provided by the conscripts for the MG42 there. I bet Nagano's ruining that one a little bit.
There's only one thing worse than being a flanker, Ed, and that's being a failed flanker. Anyway,
I was always a winger or centre in rugby, so I avoided that draft. But yeah, I think the early mines here though, 4 Grenadiers for Isildur, and the Pioneers having to run on home. These mines are probably going to do a lot of manpower work.
Garrison now becomes a flame turret temporarily. Oh, the headquarters being improved with the Pioneers back in base. Good timing to get the likes mechanised up. Isildur is now pushing into the southeast quadrant. Now it's beginning to spice up the affair. There we go. How did that MG get pushed away? That's naughty. Don't even know how he managed to do that. The MG's set up of his own accord. He thinks he did the work, so Nagano just waited and then re-emerged. Like,
It was me, Austin.
Ah, son of a bitch!
I was capping you for you all along.
Right, light mechanised up. Meanwhile, the Soviet player does have healing, doesn't have the package. He does have a flamethrower for his combat engineers, as we already mentioned, actually. Grenz suffering the burn right now. Needs to run under a cold tap, love.
Yeah, little
sick
cover.
merge, bro. Love it.
The little turtles and Finding Nemo flipping over. Loving that merge. But one thing is not well advised is chilling in green or clumped up orange cover against the old flamethrower.
No, indeed.
Made a short work of 3 Gren squads pushed back. That is rough stuff there for Isildur.
I think you need to teach him how to play the game, Ed. Why don't you offer him coaching after?
That's whilst he beats me in 3 minutes. I don't get too much time for teaching.
Right, conscripts are holding the line, just trying to keep the victory point situation. This is how desperate the victory point battle becomes on 5VP Crossroads. The dynamic shifts, Ed, and every piece of ground is so hard fought for. As the 2-2 emerges, we've got a double Sandbagwich set up, though. I don't mean the Earl of Sandbagwich.
Do you know how the sandwich was created, Matt?
Yes, the Earl of Sandwich requested it whilst he was gambling, playing poker. That's what my joke was a reference to, Ed. Get on my level.
Yes, I'm on your level, but there's probably loads of people who don't give a crap about
so I forget
English
we've got
history.
an audience. I just thought we were watching Code together. I'm so sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, Ed, I did not. How was it created?
I love how you can't tell when I'm playing dumb and just actually dumb. So
you blur the lines so regularly. It's so difficult.
It's a fine typo by Tread.
Oh,
Be yourself, bro. What a dumbass. But yeah. But definitely not a dumbass of these two players. Nagano locking in the old M4C Shermans of Doom. So he wants some revenge on Isildur for last game. As he did spot the mine earlier, picks it up with the 2-2.
Nice
Or
work.
has insane game sense and...
No, I think he
Doesn't
saw it
usually
ages
this-
ago,
yeah.
but I think they were in the house, weren't they, with a flamethrower, so he couldn't do anything about it for a while.
True.
You made me feel bad now, Ed. I'm like, am I the bad guy? Anyway, Grenz go forward. Combat engineers can't hold the line for too much longer and are forced away. Back in base, we've got healing, we've got Tankovi coming down. Back in the centre, they're just standing behind that wall in heavy cover. Could probably do that for the next 7 years if they really wanted to.
Nagano a bit low on manpower though, so hasn't been able to churn out that early T70. In game 1 and 2 we had like 8 minutes. Or even earlier, sorry, game 2 we had the M17 rush from Isildur, but yeah, we saw really fast T70 in game 1. Won't be the chance for game 3.
Nagano's just not had the fuel controller, still does really well there, and he's also got a Talamine we're going to have to watch out for later on.
But the VP capping map detracts from you being able to get as many resource points.
Yeah, it does. We did
Can't be in two
did
places at
remove.
once.
We have removed one standard. Well, White Flash has one standard territory point from the map
Yeah.
on each side, so there's one less standard territory point to cap. But this map that then leaves it with the same amount as Amelie, Mill Road, Faymanville,
yeah.
10.
But I mean, as like just the time invested, the opportunity cost to go cap more
True.
VP points
True.
means you're not pressuring other resource points as much. So yeah, it's just the timings are back to normal. It's weird.
Yeah.
Normally everything's sped up on the fuel count and for this map.
So true. Should have the Wehrmacht player get into a pretty tidy fuel count. I wonder if he's got on Battle Phase... No, he hasn't got on Battle Phase 2. He's gone for Spearhead Doctrine. Mortar half tracks are a possibility. Have seen Isildur use that bad boy in a game only
It's
last
dirty
week.
on this map. You can even park it in your base and it will shoot over to the mid VP if you want to be super safe about it. But yeah, I love this doctrine. It's got something for everything.
As ever, the Soviet algorithm is: does T70 exist? If not, build T70. It's not timing dependent. It's just get one on the field because they're useful at any moment in the game, or at least if you're a good player, you can always make them useful.
See some LMGs upgrades on the Grens now.
We have to close that window. We've got a chainsaw outside. It's passed away, Ed. Control the mouse if you need to,
The
mate.
Stoke residents join in on the cast with the power tools. DIY gaming.
Alright. I'm sure that's still slightly audible, but oh well. Anyway, T-70 re-emerges. We've got action in the centre as the conscripts could advance. 222 watches on over there. We have a possible push from the Grenadiers in the west. We're going to have to keep an eye out for that as well.
Yes, we see now the unkillable cons have left their dreaded sandbags behind, and Isildur making full use of them.
No, guys, it wasn't a lawnmower. It was definitely a chainsaw because they're cutting down a tree in my neighbour's garden. Anyway, now the Pak-40's lining up a shot on the T-70. Oh my!
Oh.
What a close encounter with death.
No PTSD in this game though, so that T-70 will be fixed up and fall straight back out into another ensuing Pak shot. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how the VPs are playing out in this game. It's fairly even. It's not too noticeable difference.
No, it hasn't been. They've not been able to take advantage of the map scenario quite yet. We're now seeing one of these extra victory points being capped. If you lose possession of the map though, Ed, it can really screw you up. You can't make massive mistakes without being severely punished for it on 5VP Crossroads. Combat engineers need to be careful. Yeah, there we go.
I'm a fan to that, to be honest, map. I hate mass retreating and it not being punished, so this map would definitely lend itself to doing just that.
And there we go. Oh, does that camera work? Lovely stuff in the centre. We've got conscripts versus MG. LMG Grenadiers push forward. This MG was just forced off there. You can see him run away.
I think that I hope does come out in the next patch. It's like the green cover and things get a bit fixed because the squad's AI with clumping up around weird places. We just saw on the left-hand side with the conscript, with the Grenadiers, they don't all hide in the right cover correctly in this patch.
Do you want to hear where I want to take the Master League in the future? Do you know we changed a bit the RNG with the Tawny mod? I want to just stop frontline infantry from being able to lay sandbags in the future Master League tournaments.
Taking away abilities rather than giving more.
Yeah, exactly. I do. I just think it's really makes the game not as fluid and aggressive as it could be. It's these little buggers here. All the vehicles just constantly have to be on duty. This is top level play. They just always focus them, and obviously they can delete them, but they shouldn't exist unless it's a Pioneer, of course. Pioneers should be able to build them. Conscripts go forward. Combat engineers versus Grenadiers as they backpedal away, and we have more aggression coming in from Isildur against the victory point here as well. As Nagano's lining up. T-70's not been able to do much quite yet, though.
Rifle Native Doom only picks off one engineer model though.
Merges into the flamethrower engine.
On their feet, yeah. Got a bit lucky there with the Rifle Nade AoE. Did Nagano. As Isildur just stalwart defense of that fuel with the MG42 there. Good rotations from him. T-70 trying to pluck some LMG models on the way home. Got a good scrap in store again, I think, here in Game 3, folks.
Certainly seems to be, as the T-70's going to get shot by the Pak-40 yet again. Going to get close to Veterancy 1 and target weak point very shortly.
Surprised there isn't 500 mines in the little alleyways down below the mid-VP for Nagano already. Very often mine spots there.
Little med pack utilised there. And this T-70 obviously hasn't... Nobody's seen that telemine except for Isildur quite yet, so... Oh, that's what I was referring to. Goodbye. Everyone F in chat for the T-70. It's very, very dead.
Oh. It's like a firefly just attracted towards the light bells. It's like, I'm coming, mama. It's got zapped by that telemine. Rough stuff for Nagano there, losing a T-70 really quick into the game before mediums exist.
Dare I say it was the 2-2 left out there to pull the T-70 in? Ed? Was it possibly a bait? Am I allowed to suggest the best player in the world?
Clicked is a bait, man.
Am I allowed to suggest the best player in the world? The reigning world champion is capable of baiting his opponent. Is it possible, Ed? Or will we get lots
That was either a masterful bait or just a bit of aggression finally shown from Nagano and he gets punished for it. That's maybe why he's not aggressive, man.
This is why.
Anytime he tries it, he just gets splattered in the face. P4 in the build though for Isildur, so he's just going the tried and trusted route.
Oh, what's this? Take cover from the reconnaissance airstrike apparently. Let's have a look from Isildur's angle. Let's see the fog of war being revealed and the entirety of Nagano's army.
Rough stuff there. Another teller, I think, getting laid down on that attack map. Oh no. I got baited there. It was a sandbag all along. Would have been 5 million IQ though, laying a teller exactly where it just
mate,
blew
that
up.
would be fantastic.
Bit BM as well, but
Saw a lot of that in the day, laying mines on your opponent's mines and that kind of thing. And just using the same mine spot over and over, because if you
demo charge on a mine, do you remember that?
Oh,
when you couldn't see
beautiful.
demos.
Panzer IV versus Dushka, we know who wins that one. Just taking advantage of the positioning now and pushing forward with the reconnaissance. Tripwire flare goes up as well.
I wish it was a recordable stat in Coty, like how many squad wipes you've lost to demos. Because I'm pretty sure I'll finally be top 10 in something then.
That'd be. I wish there were global stats like that. You could really like delve into the detail of players. Like Von Ivan's KD would be a really good one. Wins lost to KD ratio. Probably have the strangest stats going. A lot of damage there from the 222 and the rifle nade, no doubt. He saw it coming with the 222 and rifle naded it preemptively there. Oh, Dushka does a little bit of a back and forth.
Yeah, it's 4 cons versus 4 Grens, and with LMGs, I think that's going for Isildur, that matchup there. But the 222 now, Vet 2, just got some good side on it.
So this is the... Sorry, Ed, go on.
No. I was just saying it's got some good vision in this map, but you need that vision. You can see everything coming. It's such a wide open, vast space. It really helps out the Isildur build. Sorry about you, sir.
No, sorry, mate. I interrupted you. I was just saying this is the advantage of the 5 EP cross race. He should be winning right now in map control as Isildur, but he has nothing to tell for it, so he can just sneak around the side, get that 5th victory point, and get some score on the board, basically, for his wins he's had.
Oh, the new dawn arises as the Saruman's Ziz starts to open up. It's already done a barrage, and now it's plucking the P4 through the hedge. Good accuracy.
That's the best you've got, Saruman.
Next billion waves of conscripts. Always need a berserker though. They would have lost if they didn't build a berserker map.
Very easy dodge of that rifle nade. Nice to see both players with excellent ping to the battle server there. 18 nade. 222's going to amble away ever so slowly. No follow up from the T70 because it no longer exists.
Yep.
Commentary there.
Feels bad, man, for the T70 fans in chat. Has been slightly nerfed this patch, and slower rate of fire. But
there's the whole gunner. Whole gunner takes out the conscript as the sandbag was deleted. He was caught with his pants down and caught a good spanking because of it.
Sandbag or no sandbag, that was still a late retreat though from Nagano and Isildur. Very quick to pick up on it. Bam.
Whatever happens in this series, Ed, if we are about to be stomped by Isildur collectively as a community, we'll always have game 1.
Can hold on to the hopes. No, I think game 2 as well was still nip and tuck, but this one isn't over yet, Matt.
No, it's not. It's not. I just feel like because it's the 5 VP variants and because he has such an overwhelmingly large army, with the 4 LMG Grenadiers, the 2 MGs, and the Panzer IV, it does look likely that he might be able to get some serious victory points capped soon and really solidify himself. Nice flank by the combat engineer here. Not before the victory point was capped. That's like a triple cap now.
This will be the first time we see allies lose today, as the LMGs just bounce off of a sandbag. No dice there. Both pioneers, low HP, a lot of bleed for Nagano. But he does get a Sherman out, Matt. He will be able
Yes.
to match the P4 now.
Yes, the Sherman's going to be really important. And we've seen both times on even on Mill Road, Soviets had a bit of a shaky early game and then really came into it in the mid. So we'll see if that happens with the arrival of the M4C. Zis is set up, conscripts are in the centre, and they're trying to hold out in the east, not after throwing a molly. Do they retreat?
And I like that Isildur upgrades the MG42 on his tanks at the pin mount, because that helped cause the wipe of the conscripts, just make sure of it, whereas Nagano in the previous game was always saving for frag bombs and never upgraded that MG, but it can get so much value over the course of a whole game.
Zis backpedaling, combat engineers tagging in for them. Pioneers have the 3 MP40s, but they're on the move and not close quarters. Sherman emerges. It doesn't have the munitions for the Pintle amount upgrade. It's gonna.
What do you call a 5 VP cap at once? Is that a quintuple?
It's quintuple cap. Yeah, you got quadruple and quintuple. So it's just how many victory points you have as a difference is your ticks per second. So that'd be 5 victory points every 3 seconds, 1.6 per second. It's ridiculous.
Pushing our vocabulary to the limits here in these new
Oh,
maps.
quadruple, you know, we could do like an 8 victory point map, have an octuple cap. MG in peril. And survives for now, as does this Grenadier. And we do have it about to happen, Ed. If this Grenadier can't happen, he's already got 4 VP. It's going down for Nagano per second. Count it with me. Every 3 seconds it goes from 180. It's going to go to 176 next, Ed. 176, there we are, 176. And now we're going to add a 5th victory point to the mix. Nagano cannot rest on his laurels, rest on his haunches, and hope to recuperate using the rubber band combat mechanics of Company Heroes 2.
Goodbye VPs for Nagano at the moment. Yikes, this is tough stuff. But well played from Isildur. It's generally a hard map.
Oh, he's thrown in the towel. He didn't
He's
like it.
Yep.
He's tapped out. He knew the curtains were being closed on him.
Psychological warfare there. GG from Isildur.
Here we go. And there we go. People in chat are saying that's the anti-comeback map. I call it the rewarding of good early game aggression map. You know, it's popular with a lot of players. We did polls, we did all sorts, and it is controversial. But one thing's for certain is Isildur chose this map in this grand final. He had a choice of all the tourney maps from this tournament, and he chose this one. And one of the reasons is because he knows Nagano does not like it.
Yeah, so a bit of psychological edge there from Isildur. Picking up game 3, so it's 2-1 overall. Still a long way to go. But I feel the map had nothing really to do with the outcome of the game there. That was just a good GG telemine from Isildur.
Yeah.
Good bait there with the 2-2. And then picking up the cons on the right just basically meant Nagano just kept bleeding. And it's good P4 rush from Isildur. And yeah, Nagano had no answer. Losing that T70 so early on. Rough stuff.
It really is rough. And just as a little bit of kind of how this map came into being is literally as a caster watching so many players play on Southeast Crossroads. As you say, it's like a stalemate in the centre, isn't it? So I went to Mr. Flash and I said, I love Crossroads, great map, but every game is going 55 minutes. It's just a tug of war. It's very linear. So we just had a bit of thinking of how to spread it out, and this is the way. A lot of players are enjoying it so far. Alpern, for example, considers it superior, but as I say, Nagano hates it. And Isildur, upper bracket advantage, chose this map. So
I've seen some good performances well on Crossroads by OKW. So
I know. Where's the OK Dubs?
Kind of half thinking, gee, Osted just must be that good in this patch that Isildur didn't even bother with OKW again. But yeah, I think 5 VPs or 3 VPs, it doesn't matter. Isildur is just eating up the challenge. And has hashtag adapted well to it. Like, yeah, Nagano needs to up his game here.
People in chat are saying that you're miming being on a chair. It's not true. He's actually 4'7".
I'm doing like that.
The Russian dance.
Kislev, like.
Cossack dancing, yeah, or something. Cossack dancing, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Come on, Ed. He's been doing this all game long. He's getting really tired now. He's kicked the shit out of my desk.
Imagine I could keep this form whilst like constantly squatting.
He has got a backrest. He's just such a huge bloke. He's blocking. You can't see it. I'm not that cruel. Much better setup than last time. I gave you the worst chair imaginable last time, didn't you?
I don't know. Look, doesn't matter. We're here live. Like, we get to see it. Lockdown is easing. It's good times ahead, folks. So,
if you live through it, of course.
Yeah. So, hopefully, we're able to do more live casts in the future, and maybe rotate and still bring on loads of other casters as well. So it's been a good community effort thus far. Master League 5, man. You know. Could you imagine?
Was this ML5?
I think so.
Yeah, ML6 if you
You're
don't
normally the organiser one, so if you don't know.
No, I need my coffee, mate.
It.
Those first 2 games nearly finished me off. If you guys want to know what the plans are for ML6, there's no big announcement. I'll just tell you. I think it's time to shake things up even more because we've had a lot of meta tournaments and a lot of player-friendly tournaments. Now it's time to do like a really fan-friendly tournament. Gonna do this weird bracket where left side is Allied mirror match, right side is Axis mirror match. It's going to be called Operation Unthinkable, and then the grand final where they meet in the middle, it'll be the Axis player versus the Allied player. And what that allows you to do is you'll be able to change map every single game. You don't have to do 2 games on the same map. So we're going to have new maps, brand new maps are going to enter that have been created right now for a competition I've been running. Got 6 all new maps, so the players will have an equal advantage because they'll be the same bloody faction most of the time. And it'll, all they can.
Could you imagine a Brits? In internal warfare, Stu somehow comes back from retirement, chooses emplacement doctrine, and then you got Brits against Brits. Oh my god, that could be like either heaven or hell, depending.
Oh, the central
what you like to
neutral with 2 bofas either side,
yeah.
And it's just like that.
No one can move anywhere until
it's been 7 hours.
Just the company of braces as you try and keep your 4th mortar pit alive. But it could be hilarious. Who knows? But yeah. We still probably wouldn't see OKW even then in a mirror game.
But so we're going to do something crazy for the next tournament. It's going to be a really good laugh. Operation Unthinkable, like an alt history theme. There's a genuine name for Winston Churchill's plan to take on the Russians after World War II. He wanted to keep going.
Yeah,
crazy.
How well that would have gone with us for us,
yeah.
As the Brits. But oh well, can't. We'll never know now. Thank God.
Thank God. I don't think we would have done very well. But yeah, based Churchill. He's just crazy Churchill. But we've got
what does based mean, Matt? I've seen this, but I'm too much of a boomer to.
Based means you're cool and edgy, and you've done something badass.
Based, bro.
You've done something badass, bro. You just.
So base is a good term, like.
Yeah, but it implies like you've done something that most human beings would consider bad, but you're being complimented for doing something. Oh, that's so cool. That was so sick the way you hit that guy with a snooker ball in a sock, bro. So based. It often has that connotation.
It's like the new age infamous.
It is positive, but it has like a weird edge to it,
okay,
like a little bit kind of negative as well. Like I don't know.
Would Elon Musk be based? Or not?
He's based as fuck, bro.
Okay.
Elon Musk, even though he's like probably. You know, he's got people working in. Yeah, exactly. Even though he think all the bad shit he's done, the people will say, "Oh, that's so base," you know.
Okay.
Cheers. Yeah, that's a good example.
I'm coming back up to the 20. I've just been in my little hole in Anderson shelter during lockdown in London, so coming back to the 21st century, folks.
This is the perfect example. Like Donald Trump. Do you remember when he said, "Because they're from China,"
about COVID?
Yeah, that was a very controversial thing to say, but it was, to a lot of people, very badass, even people that hate Donald Trump. I thought, okay, that was pretty funny, actually. That reporter kind of, like, stumbled into his trap. That would definitely, to a lot of internet people, be
based.
But it's a bit of a dodgy term. Exactly. I think I'm right, by the way. I've got it. I think with my fellow boomer analysis of what the young guns are saying these days, I think I might have that one. Hello, fellow children.
Everyone needs a categorizing word, don't they, for something? Oh well.
We can simp. I had delay ready. It's now finished. But thank you for reminding me that we literally have the game stopped.
Enough with Stitchy chat. Caster shall cast now.
I like that last comment. Ed getting the internet explained by AE. So,
what a warped world we all live in. Yeah, so good. But yeah, so this will be game 4 of a best of 7. Matt's just finished his coffee. He's going to be on full beans for this next game. Let's get it on, man.
Let's do it. And in celebration of lockdown easing, it's time to listen to a little bit of this intro. Isolation has you feeling blue. There's only one thing left to do. The patch is out, let's play Code 2. It's the Corona Cup. And here we are. Your reigning world champion is back on top. He's 2-1 up, and this time he's Soviets on 5 VP Crossroads.
And up against Isildur, it's Nagano still in it to win it. He's only 2-1 down, but still got a good plan to come back. He's gone for OKW Prime, aka Austere. Subscribe $7 a month, and he's been looking to get that MG42 singing early game. Get some map control that he lacked so much against Isildur last game.
Let's just cinematically cast in this beautiful map that we've seen so many battles on over time. Should have a unit emerging here. Indeed, you've got the combat engineers. Oh, there's more of them. It's Conscript Squad, Ed. There we go. So much stuff. It's just so beautiful to watch.
Immersion, bro. So nice to have like a cinematic view. It was very forward thinking. I can't think of many other RTS games that just can take away all the kind of.
What about any that deserve it? Quite frankly, I mean, RTSs are usually this isometric blobfest, aren't they? I love it. I'm a big RTS fan.
You saying KOTOR Wizard? Have you seen 4v4s? Teddy Plus probably got 19 Volks in 1 square inch as we speak.
Indeed, we're just now starting to see the first smatterings of gunfire emerge as Conscripts versus Pioneers in the north there. And will we see yet again Forbrand's 2 MGs as the build order from Wehrmacht? It is the flavour of the tourney. It's this new build order. Well, is it that new to go such a heavy tier 1-0, you know?
Yeah, and Isildur not going with the T70 last time. Instead, absolute Chad manoeuvre with the M17. Ripped up Nagano's infantry forces in the early game. So the last time he played Soviets went very well for him. And that MVP M17 might rear its head again this match.
Isildur did this to himself last upper bracket final. He walled himself in. He's making sure he doesn't this time. He's stopping and he's put 2. This really stops you using that because you can't get close enough to get any green cover advantage. Sometimes you can bug it out and still get green cover advantage, but 2 vertical strips will really put an end to that. MG42 opening up.
Vertical strips just made me think of bacon, and now I'm hungry.
Makes me think of doner kebab.
As I concentrate back onto the game, we see some good flanking shanks here from the Conscripts to keep the MG42 busy with 1 squad. Oh, does move up well.
Yeah, a good repositioning by Nagano, good foresight and manoeuvring. Stug's helping them out there. They're behind heavy cover and it is directional in their favour right now. Just a little bit the edge of that old Stug, stopping them from being suppressed. Conscripts could get a nice little burn here on the Grenadiers. That's going to require a med pack or an early bunker. Very low on health from Nagano. A little bit sloppy there, dare I say.
Yeah, 1 Gren just chilling as well at the wall, but does have a lot of HP, so it gets back. But yeah, combat engineers living up to their name for once and doing well in combat.
I think Nagano may have spent himself in that game 1, or he really didn't like the upper bracket player Isildur choosing Crossroads X, it seems, because he just seems a bit tilted, possibly, at the moment. He's letting a little bit of sloppiness emerge there. As Ed said, the Gren behind the wall for too long, and the Gren getting burnt for too long. It was definitely well done by the time he'd finished. And look at this already. We've got 5 victory points capped for Isildur because of those mistakes with the Grenadiers, them having to go back to base. And this is not going to go very well. He's already dropped 100 victory points.
Yeah, and due to that flamer damage, his Grens were so low HP, so even though they went out as 4 men, they were getting plucked by a combat engineer, just basic bitch with a Mosin. It was tough to Nagano to take that on. But nope, as a Grenadier gets suppressed on a mine, barely lives as well. He's just throwing everything into the wind here.
He has to, really has to. This is not looking good for him.
But no matter what, Matt, at least if he loses this game, he's still in the overall. And then he can turn on the afterburners for the epic comeback that we all want to see a 4-3.
We certainly bloody do. Conscripts push forward now. And... oh, they couldn't cap it! God damn it! We've got MGs coming up to the western side. Grenadiers pushing forward as well. And he's got to do his best. He does have a 4th Grenadier on the field now. And he's got to win this battle with the Pioneer. He's got more Grens coming to save the day. But all that good work capping has now ended. Conscripts cannot make the sandbag, however.
Be interested to see what Nagano, even if he knows what manpower is at the moment, because he's been bled dry. Another cheeky, it's just a trip flare mine, but still that's 30 munitions if a Grenadier steps on his cutoff. Rough times here for Nagano's got to weather the storm, and it just shows you when it was vice versa how well Isildur did with the same tools.
Yes, oh my god, look at this unfortunate positioning on the retreat there for Nagano. Combat engineer, can't burn him on the fly. And the Mosin Nagant accuracy certainly can't force him to die. And we've got another M17 in the build. That hero from Game 2. That MVP unit of the bloody tournament, I want to say. Isildur's got it cooking.
Yeah, and no 2-2 for Nagano yet. Trip flare mine trip. This is painful. This is like watching my games.
Certainly is.
Rough stuff here for Austin, but... do you even bother now with the 2-2, or do you just go straight for the pack gun? Is the decision matrix for Nagano here? He's got 4 Grens. It's a lot of manpower invested in his tier 1 opening. Yep, it is going to be a 2-2, Matt. So if it gets quite a lucky flank and shank, I think it can take on an M17.
Yeah, it could do. He's going to have some backup though, with a Faust or 2 maybe. Interestingly, of course, Isildur doesn't... well, there it is. I was about to say. Yeah, I thought... okay, he's got them. Definitely got the munitions because he's got the quad mount on now. And he's... there he goes. Reverses into view. Grenadiers are not behind cover there. He's got an angle on them. And suppresses them instantly. And here comes the pin. Soon to follow in the health damage. Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, either Isildur is just god tier on Oster, or... Soviets. I can't figure out which one yet he's doing better on, because wow, he's just making the last game look like it should have been so easy for Nagano when he was Soviets. But yeah, brilliant play here from the Brit.
Putting the pressure down now. Conscripts coming into view, giving the Grens problems. So much KD in Isildur's favour here. It's he's looking really good. To find a desperate angle on the M17 to get himself in the game, because otherwise it's going to just absolutely stomp him.
Nagano seems like Anakin at the moment, and instead of Obi-Wan on the high ground. But just having to cap these extra VPs as Oster, it's going to put a lot of strain on your squad, limited squads, but Isildur's faced with the same task and did it exemplary well. Here we go, M17 vet 1 already. It's barely sneezed.
Oh my!
It just comes out on the field and it's already vet 1.
Congratulations, have a medal. It just has a medal. It's like those games where you get Steam award just for installing.
You were dumb enough to buy this game. Achievement unlocked.
Here we go. We've got a choice from Isildur's guard rifle. Not a bad option with the guards themselves entering the field. And he's just fighting so hard to keep his own home grown victory points at the moment. MG enters the central garrison. And he's stabilising Ed. He's got his 4 Grens out now, and he's beginning to stabilise somewhat. He's got this MG facing this way.
Because he's being force-fed oxygen and trying to have a life support.
And we do sound like a nurse and a doctor here. He's stabilising Ed, we've got him! Nagano's still in the tournament!
His eyelids barely flickering like to open.
Send the Grenadiers to the western victory point. What was that, Nagano? What did you say?
Who should we give your house to in the will?
Too kind. We've got Pack 40 on its way. Guards are in their first action here. They do have the DPs upgraded.
Yeah, rough stuff. But great commander choice though for Isildur for this map. If you want combined arms and slapsticks, get them on Crossroads, folks, because they're long range DPS, covers light vehicles, covers infantry, and you can just build the green cover for them with your conscripts. So definitely a strong choice there. Power move from Isildur to close out this game.
Genuinely is, and here we go. We've got a pack emerging. I'll keep the M17. It'll probably be Vet 3 by the time the pack gets there. I'll keep it honest for a while. Conscripts come to tango with the Grens. 222 watches on.
As the pleas and cries go for bring back what was it, Lost Glider. As the map experts go on.
Combat engineers have reached Veteran 2, 6 kills. Can't push on. Oh, here we go. We get find an angle on the MG. Possibly needs a rifle nade. And does he deliver? Oh, he's already thrown one. That's already gone, that has.
Will he have the range to get the house? Yes, he will. That is an evil setup there. Nagano quick to respond. Gets his MG42 out in time. 222 doesn't have a Ziz to worry about, but it's pretty low HP, especially if he gets naded here.
Oh, important engagement here. Pioneers are dying where they stand versus combat engineers. He needs that Vet 2 squad. Bit of green cover in the way. Should block the bullets, and indeed it does. Pioneers just about survive. Oh, Gren's forced away by the M17, finding another angle on them. Got a Molotov as well. Oh, pack. Ooh. MG's set up over here. Is firing on the guards, but M17's going to force it away. And just this is fantastic play by Isildur. He's all over him.
Well. You just wanted to go up north. Why does it run round to the east? That is rough stuff there. Guards didn't pick it off though. Lucky. Well, unlucky with the retreat path, but very lucky with the model surviving on the MG42. Blessed.
Yeah, certainly. So much control from Isildur now. 5 victory points have been capped. He's had map dominance. He's won so many engagements. He finds the 222, throws the 18-aid in, and damages its engine. Can he finish the job, or will he want to? Will he want to just take the cut off and reposition?
Don't even need to waste the manpower and chasing a lost cause here. And he just sets up and consolidates this 5 EP horse. Oh, it's almost like Nagano's just like, get me off of this map.
Yeah, he is. He's
take me out quickly, Isildur.
He voiced his. He was one of the. I think the top players were kind of split on this. A lot of the ones that had played it liked it, and then some just didn't want to even try the idea, let's say. Nagano was in the conservative camp. He hated the idea of changing his blessed map. So Isildur probably read that and thought, if I get upper bracket advantage and map choice, you know, I'm going to
just
go for...
trigger your opponent to death or head?
What's happened to Helping Hands, actually, in the ESL? He voiced his opinions on, I think it was Crossroads at the time, or something... Not Crossroads, Clodney Firma Summer, and said how much he hated it. And then every player chose it against him. And in this case, Isildur has gotten 2 games in the time it took either of the previous games to happen. He's now 3-1 up in this best of 7, and he's got one hand on the trophy. Well, Ed and I were just saying we think Nagano was tilted there. He made so many mistakes, and Isildur made so many successes.
Came out a bit sloppy, not like I don't know, he didn't seem fired up in his play, that he was forcing much. It just seemed a bit like, get me out of here. A bit of a tap out there, I think, from Nagano. To live to fight another day and launch his comeback on another map, perhaps. But yeah, just as you were picking up there with players that have criticised maps in the past, I think it comes true of a saying that I learned in my work recently was criticise in private, praise in public.
Yeah.
And it's come back to bite Nagano by criticising a map publicly, and then every player's like, right, if you hate it, okay,
that's what kind of happens as well. And it's usually players don't play test stuff or don't have feedback in the private like loops. They're not bothered, and as soon as it affects them, they're like, oh, I hate this. And that's just before the grand final, where one of the players can obviously choose to play against you. So we have a situation now where the next game is starting on Nexus in the next 2 minutes. So Ed and I need a little bit of a break, but it doesn't sound like we have the chance for one because it's starting so bloody soon. So let's just go over to the quick break screen, then we'll be right back with game 1, 2, 3, 5. That was quick.
And here we go, folks, coming to you live with Game 5 of Nagano against Isildur for Master League 5. How fitting. And here, both armies going to square off on Nexus. Another White Flash Reborn map, but totally twisted. 90-degree angle. Had a lot of good cover around the map and choke points. So let's see how Nagano comes back from that. Let's say, Matt, pretty wimpish fourth game, effort. I just think he tapped out of Crossroads and noped it. But yeah, what do you think he's got to do to try and get Isildur's attention here in Game 5?
He's got to get his attention. To use the boxing terminology, he's got to make him honest, make him fear him once more, because he capitulated in games 3 and 4. Say what you want about there being 2 extra victory points, I don't think it actually mattered. Talamine wiped the T70 in game 3, and he absolutely demolished his Gren play in game 4. The KD would have been in the Soviet player Isildur's favour, and that says it all. But here we are in game 5. It's 3-1 up for Isildur right now that I've had a chance to correct the scores. Thanks for the introduction there, Ed. But yeah, we're on Nexus, and it's so strange to be Nagano, Isildur, Nexus without Ostrup and Ed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Also pretty cool was the Pioneer's Phantom Menace just phase shifted through the conscripts to get into that house there for the first engagement. Lucked out for Isildur there, but does have to return to base because, wow, conscript damage, dude, bro, up close.
Yeah, those Mosin Nagants, they can't hit a barn door unless that barn door is put directly in their face, and then they can actually be pretty potent. Especially if you've got all 6 men, which that one nearly did, so there we go.
And to welcome and to answer Absolute Noob in chat, we will be getting absolutely gazeboed after this series.
Yes, indeed. We're going to take full advantage of lockdown easing to not only cast, but also get plastered. And trolleyed. Gazeboed. What other British euphemism says?
Put anything and then with a D on the end.
Yeah, exactly.
We're done.
We're going to get conscripted today, lads. We're going to get absolutely grenadiered later on.
Just indoctrinated is maybe not the best thing to do.
No, possibly not. Possibly not.
Other than that, you're good.
Was that a rifle nade? I heard a trigger, but maybe it's my brain playing tricks on me. More Grenadiers, of course, for Isildur, the Eastern spawn Wehrmacht player. He has a lot of work to do to get into this series. He needs to win both games on Nexus. It's going to be a grind if he's going to do that. But you feel... Sorry, this is Nagano I'm talking about, of course. It's going to be a grind if Nagano does that. He has a lot of work to do. And if you're catching this stream live, you won't be... just tuning in now, you won't be conscious of the fact that games 1 and 2 were absolute barnstorming spectacles. They were awesome games, so both players needed a bit of a breather. And if that's what the Crossroads games were, maybe that's what we're going to be seeing on Nexus now, a bit of a barnstormer.
Yeah, it's a pretty scary stage of this finals, folks. This is match point for Isildur. If he wins this, he takes home the $2,000. And yeah, Nagano, if he couldn't get up for game 3 and 4, he has to get up for game 5 now here, because his last lifeline.
Really is. Conscripts are flanking the Grens now. They're in a tricky predicament. MG42 is a little bit... He's changing his mind. He's going to face north. Does this leave him exposed? No, he's got the other flank scouted, keeping up the pressure. What do we have arriving for Nagano? Yet another conscript squad.
And another big bad sandbags plop down as well. And in the early game, that's just so much to deal with for Isildur. It doesn't have a 2-2 yet, or the pack gun to blap away at the old sandbags, so they're just so powerful for Conscript's early game. And I think Nagano's started pretty strong here. It's doing alright. It's got his two combat engineers with three cons, and both players, surprisingly, Matt, didn't go for munitions first. They scouted around the edges and got a lot of the connector points.
So the series I watched with the Siberian GT was Isildur it was Nagano versus Loveness semi-final, and Nagano did so well on Nexus in game 5 of their series that he just blew Loveness away It was really potently played, and he just picked the perfect engagements, and he's doing a really good job of it here. Just slow and steady from green cover to green cover, and in this case just straight into your face. And yeah, he's starting to control the map, it has to be said.
Cons is traded really well up close. Grens, get out of here, they say. Oh, as they snipe another model on the way back before decapping the fuel. Yeah, all things Nagano at the moment in this early game. Some good pressure from him, but the dreaded 222 Tyke is about to come out and reveal itself. That's going to be a great window for Isidore to push ahead, get some of the map back. But yeah, double fuel's going to go the way of Nagano.
Gren staggering out of base. We do have the flamethrower and minesweepers upgraded for these combat engineers, making them a potent fighting force with plenty of utility. Conscripts cap the south fuel, so double fuel now for Nagano, meaning the T-70 could be here imminently, especially with Tankova Battalion already laid. There you go. You could have selected it by now, surely.
Yeah, T-70 has been available for about 5 fuels, so
oh, there you go.
Slightly late click there from Nagano, but he's going to be busy micro and everything on the field.
222 goes north, finds an angle on this sandbag conscript, and we've got Pioneers finally reclaiming the fuel for Isildur.
Better earlier retreats there from Nagano. Just, you know, in that game 4, it looked like he didn't want to retreat any units, just losing all the mods and bleeding everywhere, but much more on the ball for this game 5.
222, this is combat engineers there with the MG coming up behind. T-70s arriving from the northern base entrance, or map entrance rather. Looks like it's going to go for the Pioneers, possibly the Grenadiers in the north, leave the 222 out of the picture for the time being. And as I say, the map is now going back into Isildur hands. Let's check the early game stats. Just have a look at the KD, pretty equal. And I always love looking at points held. It shows you that now they've equalised. But for a while, Nagano was on top. Well, for nearly all of the game, Nagano was on top with those superior tactical decisions he made in terms of gun battles and play.
Yeah, to see that T-70 coming on the middle road always reminds me of entry points of vehicles. And when it goes horrifically wrong on Languskaya 3v3 mode by Stefan BK, who made a map, you could have a T-70 coming onto the map via the other enemy's base.
Oh no, that's terrible.
It's always good for a laugh. But
that sounds funny though. We've got Pack 40 arriving on the north, just the same entrance as the T-70, so that's obviously going to compete with that. Got points being capped in the south for Isildur. He's got again with Spearhead Doctrine chosen, that Mortar track, and eventually Frag Bomb and Tiger as an option. And I'd say Nexus is a GG map, traditional scenario, very evenly poised, can often go into late games, and we could be seeing some of that heavy duty booty later on.
Yeah, and the old school among you, and why I got into Go 2, remember the bullshit Mortar of Doom by Empire Owen Rommel on his cast, and it will be the 120mm at the disposal for Nagano should he choose it. He's already got the guards. Back that up with a 120 on this map, far away. Oof, it could be painful.
Indeed, MG is being sniped from the garrison conscripts here. With it, he's buying time for the combat engineer to push in. It's a good play by Nagano there, but conscripts are awfully low now. Needs to be a little bit careful there. There's that flank. 222 comes to stop it, but using all of this as a distraction. He's got a capping squad in the north and a fuel capping squad there. That's the Grenadiers. So again, he's just playing to perfection now, Nagano. He definitely took a few games off there. He thought, Crossroads X, that's not my bag, baby. I'm all about the late game. And this is what we've seen in this game, but it's not like he's playing some crazy endurance battle because he's winning every single gun battle, so he's just starting to strangle Isildur already.
They're just trying to outlast the casters, Matt. That's what they're doing. It's an inside job. But yeah, hello and welcome to Page Slinger in chat as well, who asks, are there only 2 factions now in KOTOR? But in this patch of this tournament, there may as well be, but you can select OKW, but there has to be OKW Prime, which ends up being Oster as well. So.
Well, blame, in my opinion, I'm just going to be honest, you've got to blame Relic's faction design for taking too much of the stock utility out of the added factions. like flamethrowers and rocket artillery, that
Mines
kind of
that work.
mines. Mines is the integral like co-dynamic Pak-40s lining up a good shot here. Let's follow that last one from the high velocity. 75mm, can't get it off. But yeah, mines and stuff. So yeah, it's unfortunately Taylor's all his time there. Should have added flavour, not removed entire integral parts of the tech tree. Rifle nade dodged as they in fact trip wire flare. And then all got Grenz cap in the fuel. We've got conscripts coming to occupy the factory.
Oh, double Isildur goes super safe. Durex Condom McGee here with double Pak-40 map for a T70. That seems a bit overkill now.
Yeah, indeed. Bloody big units. If you go to Bovington Tank Museum, they've got a Pak-40 and it's huge. It's really big. Would have required much more than 4 men to push it around, that's for certain. Grenz take this little, not very often used garrison. We've also got heavy cover utilised there, but it's swings and roundabouts, ebb and flow, to and fro, tit for tat. And they're all over the bloody place basically in terms of control. Like tug of war. How many other analogies and idioms and similes can we knock out?
A lot of all, Matt. I'm just going to leave you to it.
Okay, that's my front now. Get my thesaurus out. Get my phrase book out. Here we go. We've got conscripts coming in, and the Pioneers won't hold the line for much longer. Packs are lined up though. This T-70's days are numbered.
Yeah, and unlike Crossroads that did get the extra resource point taken out, Nexus hasn't, so it's a lot of munitions when you started getting ahead, as well as fuel.
Where's that second pack? There's the first one lined up. The second one's not quite there yet. He's a little bit towing behind, quite literally.
And that extra resource on munis mats basically means LMGs can come really quick for Isildur, which is helping out. But Nagano, unlike the previous 2 games, has quite a bit of VP control to chill out with. So
yeah, he's done really well in the early game. He has indeed. Conscripts are currently trying to flank this well. They're successfully flanking that MG by the looks of it. They do have Molotovs unlocked. So if they knew the MG was there, they could initiate the flank. That's what we can see that they cannot. Surely with the reconnaissance overflight, he'll see the danger. Is he? He's not trapped, is he? Is he trapped?
I think he's not trapped.
Well, we'll soon bloody find out.
No way did he build.
Yeah, how did?
Why
would he
like
do
chicken
that?
and the egg? Yeah.
Why would he do that?
Hella clumped though.
Yeah, hella clumped. Which is
huddling together for warmth there on the
my
bottom.
long lost auntie. Hella clumped. Right, Grenadiers occupy versus the DP light machine guns, and here comes the 222. How many kills does that boy have? Just 6. Not too shabby actually. He's half the way to Veterancy 2 for the all-important vision bonuses. Just seen, by the way, we've got Battle Phase 2 now upgraded in base. And how's Nagano's fuel count doing? Probably just going to stick around with the T-70 from Tier 3 and then be looking to get the 85 mils out this game most likely.
The LMG guns up north have been defending that fuel so well that it's kind of
oh god, they have
reined Nagano's fuel cap and capabilities in quite a bit.
Really good point there, Ed. He's just sat behind that heavy cover, and it's just, as you say, you can see the effect on Nagano's.
And no GG mortar, bro, to get him out of that green cover, so
no.
Just got to eat the damage. But could get the old Ziz pouch up to say hello.
Good indeed. If in doubt, Ziz it out. That's what that's the Soviet way in Code 2.
Conference level league football, and it also works for Zizzes.
Are you losing strategically, tactically? Are you down on your luck? Are you being controlled and bullied? Use the Ziz barrage today!
Are you in debt or having problems in debt?
Oh,
Use
indeed.
the Ziz barrage today.
Exactly.
Fixes everything, guys.
Certainly.
But what needs to be fixed is the VP situation for Isildur. He's found himself under a triple cap. It's just getting to south now. It's really good stuff from Nagano.
Thought we could have instead of doing like a debt advert, we could have done a use Zissaway today, recommended by 3 out of 5 doctors. Zissaway may have, etc.
And you have all the small prints, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
yeah, that's it.
Zissaway does not include any.
Does not guarantee a GG. It can result in lack of munitions for mines. It can result in. We're very funny, aren't we, Ed? Let's cast a bit of the game now as the T-70 does some capping These combat engineers, are they just trying to repair the... Has it got any health damage? No, they've just been... They wanted to plant a mine and they're stopped from doing so by the 2-2-2. Meanwhile, MG is set up in the centre. I can't see Nagano pushing it away anytime soon unless he uses this away, patent pending. We're just eagerly anticipating the arrival of the Panzer IV, which will be at 120 fuel. Yeah, there it is. He's building it now.
Whoa! Super sped up Gwen there on the retreat.
I know.
His tap dancing shoes on.
Just reconnected to battle servers. Apparently, the mines dropped his connection. He sped up all of a sudden. Right, we've got guards. We've got T-70. We've got 3 conscripts. Nagano is on death's door at the moment. If he loses this game, he's runner-up yet again in a World Championship caliber tournament. 3 years running. He cannot have this ever etched into our memories as his legacy. And right now, Isildur is starting to work his way in. He's got the Panzer IV out before any medium tank activity of Nagano. We do have a lot of fuel and manpower for the lad, so let's not stop giving him a eulogy quite yet.
Well, Nagano does have the fuel if he's got his tier 4 up, which he doesn't. He does. He does have the fuel now for T-34-85, and that would just out-trade a P4 any day of the week, especially with a marked vehicle. But I don't know why Nagano's floating 200 munitions though. Every chance he gets, he should be slapping down mines, trip flares, everything. Because that is the strength of the minigame for Soviets.
What got Lufthansa to so many championship victories, and making sure every munition was utilised. But there we go, Zissaway used to perfection there. Gren's forced away and decimated on retreat. Can the conscripts follow up?
Do you have Grens infiltrating your country? This is the way today.
Exactly, as the Panzer IV comes to the south victory point, Pioneers push up. Also, up in the north, we got the T-70 capturing again, and the 85mm is on the field, so the Panzer IV's days are possibly numbered. Do have 2 Pak-40s, don't forget though, versus only 1 Zis gun, so you can seek a lot more refuge.
Shiki is going to be a tough one, especially not that many mines laid down as it just said for Nagano, so yeah, Isildur could still have the advantage here in the armour and the anti-armour wars, but I think somehow Nagano, just with that use of guards, they're so versatile, Matt, as well as his 7-man cons, he's winning the infantry wars despite the 4 LMG Grens.
Certainly bloody is. Guards, by the way, they're doing a good job. 5 kills on those bad boys in the north. We've got 222 watching over the very, very neutral fuel point, which has been highly neutral for a long time, just like Switzerland. It's the Switzerland of fuel points, apparently. Pushing the walls there as the Panzer IV sees its foe with a superior armament and knows to back away until it's got Pak-40 protection.
Swiss P4 powered by Alpen. As we welcome G-Dot, Lord Jador to Sincha. All the community fans out today. It's great to see. And we're treated to a game 5 that's nip and tuck, but Nagano got the VP lead, but Isildur, you always feel, Matt, he's up to something, isn't he? That tier 4 option.
Oh, as I say, Isildur just like he all of a sudden seems to turn on versus an opponent when he smells weakness, but it's not like Von Ivan. He doesn't just bum rush you with a lot of skill and accuracy. He slowly creeps up on you from all angles. You have to watch it on the mini-map almost. Guards are capping the fuel. We've got the T-34 repairing quite close to enemy lines. Sandbags coming up here, and in the north he's capping the other fuel. This is Nagano we're talking about. Isildur meanwhile is licking his wounds. He's got the 2 Pak-40s ready. MG42's coming out. We've got another MG building to make that Master League Tournament 5 Wehrmacht build order complete. So many top players have been going for it. 4 Grenadiers with 2 MGs, but this time no G43s, has gone for LMGs. Must be the map.
Vet 3 Flame Pioneers now. Super fixie times for Nagano. He's got 2 upgraded combat pioneers, whereas Isildur's only have 1. It's going to be tough if he keeps churning out P4s, but I like his T-70 in the north. I think it's capped more VPs than most squads in this game.
Nagano's really turned it on here. He's almost lulled Isildur into a false sense of security by rolling over and tapping out in games 3 and 4. In this game 5, he's had a much better affair, and he could be going 3-2 if he carries on at this pace, especially with the Katusha coming out next.
Bit fruity positioning here for the T70. Needs to get out of that. One snare and follow up from the P4 and it'd be curtains, but it was just the 2-2 in the end. Pressure in. Oh, comes back in.
Oh, Faust.
Swag plays.
Yeah, Faust range there. Oh, he cancelled in the end. And Panzer IV was out of position, so the T70 would have been fine anyway. What else do we see happening on the minimap? There we got the MG set up in a good position. Panzer IV's just been evacuating the Soviets. Where's this Katusha at? Where's its first volley coming in? I mean, it's got to be aimed at these packs if he knew where they were, surely.
Yeah, this is the problem with the Siamese twin AT guns. They do lend themselves to be highly suspected to a lot of barrage of rockets on the head.
They certainly bloody do. And here they all have highly consolidated, possibly unveiled now. Could the Katusha line this up? Can he push in with perfect precision? Katusha volleys. Pak 40's moving. Is he a fellow former 2v2 champion? Has dodged many an artillery volley, and he gets out of there with so much accuracy.
Yeah, not the big volley. We were expecting it first from the caddy, but just warming up. It's constant threat now. I think Isildur getting his second Pioneer is probably going to go in with the tier 4 like he did in game 1. I think he's a fan of spamming the P4s.
Definitely. Anybody in chat who thinks it's down to luck, it certainly isn't. Isildur was dodging artillery fire like that in 2v2 tournaments years ago, before he was even a 1v1 household name, so he's built up the skill repertoire. First thing he does, 80 guns reverse, get out of there. As soon as he hears a rocket artillery salvo, and it works wonders for him. Gren's lined up here, capping the fuel. We've got activity in the south, just daring this T-34 to rear its ugly head.
I feel as we get a bit later, and if the Catty doesn't start blapping and wiping, I think Isildur in the late game with a Bumbar on this map could just be rough stuff to have to try and cap that mid VP.
Really could be. 2-2-2 watching on as the conscripts forced away there. Can't keep affording to cede control like this. Possibly needs to consolidate. He's waiting for the Katusha volley. He's got another one in 13 seconds. Right now he's losing the central victory points. But it's the double fuel I'm worried about, Ed. Panzer IV goes in. Does it have Pak follow-up? No, they've been forced away for the meantime. They're all the way back here.
Or option 3, but we haven't really mentioned yet, is the Tiger still for Isildur. He does have the pop cap for it this time.
He's got a lot of fuel as well.
Even with getting the models back on his Gren squads, I still think he's got enough pop cap, so yeah, you can see the old big ticket coming out to play, folks.
Alright then, so conscripts going for the northern victory point. Fuel point is trying to restabilise. Don't forget, Nagano's got a really good victory point count, 416. He's played so well in the early game that this period of Isildur dominance is not hurting him as much as it would do otherwise, until perhaps he gets maybe a Tiger out, or he's definitely got the frag bomb he can use now. At least in Nagano's favour, he's only got the one support weapon.
Yeah, just look at that munitions income. Glorious. That's like 2v2 stuff there. But all achieved due to the extra resource points on this map. Good push here from Isildur.
Panzer IV just claiming so many manpower casualties there. He just needs a second Zis or anything really. What's he relying on?
I think he's saving for another T-34-85 or SU. Doesn't look like Zis is in his mindset at the moment.
SU-85 is a good call there, Ed, especially with Mark Target. Oh no, he doesn't have Mark Target. Yes, he does, of course he does. Especially with Mark Target available to him. I keep getting scared because of the 32-bit. It kind of messes up the commanders, you know. So I'm always doubting myself.
You never know what to trust now.
Even if it's the most used Soviet commander ever. I used to think this commander had a mortar, but I've not seen that for years.
It'd be great if Relic just trolled us one patch. Like you click in your IS2 calling, and out comes like
an allied Kugelborg.
T70. Yeah.
Right, here we
With
go.
no gun.
Second Katusha volley. Where are we lined up? Here we go. Going for the retreat path on the MG, the Vet 3 MG. That's a good idea. Oh, it wasn't. It was just a spread salvo from max range with no sights. Goes everywhere like a drunken man pissing in the wind.
Bit weird flex barrage so far from Nagano. Like, so much value could be grabbed.
Oh, double pack salvo. T70's very, very dead. Can he get round the edge? Oh, he can.
Both attack round as well in unison. That was pretty cool.
Like
Synchronized
a
pack
mammoth
guns.
tank, indeed. Yeah.
A new Olympic sport.
I was watching a really cool YouTube video about. Do you know proximity fuses in the Second World War?
Okay.
They made shells that had them in, but a shell spins at 30,000 revolutions per minute. So the old transistors were used to be like an inch long, like tubes, glass tubes.
Yeah.
So they had to re-engineer all of the electronics to be as small as possible and then encase them. And they also had to create 5 safety features because they were firing them out of a cannon. So if imagine dropping a shell, and then they could take down enemy planes. So the Japanese just all their planes fell out of the sky and they didn't understand why. And it was amazing. Look up proximity fuses
okay. Never
I think
knew
it's
that.
Curious Droid on YouTube. So fascinating.
You don't need to go to Imperial Danecast for fun facts, it seems.
Yeah, go check out, as I say, Curious Droid. He's not really a World War II channel, but he's an engineering channel. Oh my god, proximity fuses were absolutely amazing. I think they're in this game as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's an artillery thing that has like air burst.
USF mortar, maybe.
Yeah, the idea with that is they explode when they have proximity to the ground, so they kill so many more people. Pretty gnarly, but very true. Anyway, back to reality with Grenz versus this T-34 already on 8 kills. Not too shabby.
Can't sleep on the pintles of the T-34-85. It's got like 50 of them. But here we go, second T-34-85 on the field for Nagano. This is his chance now to launch a 5-pack against Isidore. It's been all red the last few minutes.
222 just chilling up here, by the way, and the T-34 is poised and ready. Zisgun as well, conscript's ready. He's aligning for us. He's marshalling right now, Nagano is. If Isildur had used his reconnaissance plane, he could sense what was coming because he's not just marshalling, he's now blowing his whistle as the officer, and he's ready for the battle that awaits.
Right, Matt, hear me out on this one. GG Mortar into flare, because you can just be level 0 to have flare.
Okay.
Which is why it's a GG Mortar. Then shoot the shit out of whatever you flare with the Katusha. GG. Done.
Right, there we go. You've heard it from Ed, but let's just see.
Inbound.
T-34's just duck in for a second, but they're met with pack fire. As I say, possibly could have waited for Katusha there if he wanted to be truly accurate. The good thing though is that he does have the 2 combat engineers with Veterancy 2 and Veterancy 3 actually. So that's really handy. This T-34 will be back in action and with vehicle crew repair training. If he keeps building up his armada, Ed, he'll be really having a lot of efficiency. More pack shots there with the 222 spotting for him. Look at the range on that bad boy.
Some good deep mines at least to see from Nagano, but you could be saying you want to see so much more, especially for someone with 400 munitions, man. This is crazy. Isildur with 350 himself just shows you the resource on this map as well as...
I want to see Mark Target used every single time it comes off.
This Barrage could have done about 20.
Yeah, he could use a second... Well, no, he's going for tanks. Just like that first game, he's not prioritising the infantry battle. He's trying to take advantage of his pop cap. And then, oh, here we go. Katusha lines up. It's not on the packs, on the Grenz there.
Should have got a white. Oh, Pioneers luckily behind the green cover.
No longer exists though.
Yeah, the rocket going over the green cover meant they took half
Oh
damage,
lads, let's
luckily.
get some Terminator claps in chat. Because we've got the Tiger building right now. Oh wow, here we go. We've got a good lineup here of packs versus T-34s, but the Panzer IV is suffering. Can he burst through the wall and break the walls down? Panzer IV, does it survive? It targets the packs instead. Takes these...
Oh, 222, it's fine, just fine. Santic all slips behind the MLG cover there. Awesome play that from Isildur.
Yeah, good play all round really, but everybody keeping their stuff alive for now.
Close score.
Conscripts versus Grenadiers. Those guys have 14 kills, Veterancy 3. We do have a frag bomb ready to go. Got a lot of munitions apiece. As a second Panzer IV is coming onto the field instead of a Tiger. That's a shame. Our Terminator claps were wasted. my palms are still stinging, so that was all for nothing.
Another P4 in the build for Isidore. I wouldn't have expected this one. Perhaps tech up to a Panther like he's done in previous, or
this guy's really repairing this tank. Sorry to interrupt, Ed, but he's getting deep in the tracks to make sure that this tank is ready. So fair dues to him. Reconnaissance used now.
I just think this extra P4 might be a little mistake here from Isidore. I don't know if they trade too well against
Barrage on the Grens, and T-34 there! Somehow surviving, and we've also got to push in. That's an S-mine field, igniting the guards, lighting them up on the field.
Ziz took a really long, from downtown, a 3-pointer attempt there at the T-34-85 whilst it was stunned, and it just got away.
Panzer IV going for this. Yeah, T-70's going to finish him off. The Vet 3 needs to somehow survive. Can he do it? Max range, Panzer IV sits on his shot, but can't get it off. The reload time just wasn't fortuitous enough. MG42, look at Isildur's presence of mind there. He was able to reposition. We did have a marked target, by the way. It is on this Panzer IV. T-34 still didn't penetrate. What the hell?
Money back when? But also, the one lonesome Ziz gun, like, he could have another 3485 if he just had the pop cap, but no, I think he's got to go for another Ziz gun, does Nagano, and just go with that, because this is a red tide now from Isildur flowing in. Oh, that mark target doesn't seem to work well for Nagano at least.
No, he's got a large presence there. The Katusha really needs to play better. It's got one kill so far. He needs to use it in unison with everything and make a play, as Von Aston, fellow top 10 player in the world, mentions. Obviously a foe of many of these players. He says Nagano needs to make a play soon, like this ASAP, otherwise he could find himself out of this. And it's hard to disagree. We've got Ziskin set up. Oh, but a shotgun volley on the Grens there. T-70.
RNG, like me though, does not give a damn about your rank, and it won't care how good a player you are. It could be a cruel mistress at times. But 2 Grens there.
Oh, we've got Panzer IVs pushing in, by the way. And as this has been recrewed, we've got the guards in position. Mark target initiated. And there's a button as well. That's just a button, actually, my bad. Pioneers died, by the way. It's been called out by chat. We didn't see it on cam, but oh well. But there's the repair time. So if you get some damage in finally on these Panzer IVs, maybe you can keep them off the field for a long time. Double Pioneers building for Isildur.
Those rage buybacks for the Pioneers. Feels good, man. Good to see. And Isildur does have frag bombs. He has dropped
frag bomb somewhere. Yeah, where is it? I couldn't find it.
The Katusha. He just took out a Katusha with it.
No way!
Yeah.
Holy shit, he took out the Katusha with it!
And under Pioneers, Nagano is pretty much donezo with that frag bomb. Oh no, both engineers were fixing at the time, took extra damage.
Oh my god, we're going to have to find that on the replay. 33 minutes in, lads. If you missed that, go check out the break screen. I will capture that afterwards. That is absolutely ridiculous from Isildur using the oversight there, and a fantastic frag bomb. Took Nagano by surprise. He's wiped everything.
From 0 to 0. Isildur coming on strong later on in this game. And they seem to close the show with an awesome wham bam, thank you man, frag bombs with the AAT gun backing up his P4s. I thought it might be a risky choice against T-34-85s, but not when Isildur and his micro on point.
Oh, there you go. Zis destroyed Isildur with that one move. Took Nagano completely by surprise. Wiped both veterancy combat engineers whilst repairing. Took out the Katusha as well. T-70's in a predicament there, but looks set to be okay. We've got a fresh T-34 rolling onto the field. And another one comes into view down here. The damaged engine Panzer IV. Oh, rear armour hits somehow. Pack 40 versus this T-34 is coming around the outside. Out of control he goes. However, he might die a death. Pack 40 turns his attention now on the T-34. We can't find it, but the Vet 3. Panzer IV has to go through the husk of his comrade and finishes the job.
Awesome work there from Isildur. Got hella frantic at the end there. Well played. GG's. He's taking home the title, Matt.
He's taking over the title, and Isildur has now completed a journey, ladies and gentlemen. He is now set to be crowned the player that has had the most dominant period of play in Company of Heroes history. It's now been a year of Isildur on the throne, and he is making a play to be the greatest of all time, and an absolute statement today on Nexus. He wins this series 4-1. Just saying about the distraction tactics there. I'm watching the replay now, lads. We're all going to go and watch that fateful moment where the frag bomb took out the Katusha and the repairing engineers. Orban DL, I wish it was a plan for AE to give Isildur money, because he probably cut me in that case. He's making a lot of money from Company of Heroes. I think around $16,000 in the past year. If you a lot of that's the 10k from World Championships, don't forget. But no, he's won the past three Master League majors now. I remember when we used to have one new champion every major.
Yeah, seemed we're getting some diversity in the workplace here, but now Isildur just taking it home, and you got to give it to him. Fair play. He absolutely worked Nagano as he wanted in pretty much all of the games except game 1. And yeah, a bit of a throw there from Nagano in that 5th game. I thought he had, good position. We never saw a second Ziz for so long. Could have helped him out a lot with the medium armor warfare. And then slight underutilization of the Katusha.
Yeah.
And it just bought Isildur the time he needed. And once he got back into the game, he made sure he never let it slip again since. So well played to Isildur.
We're just watching, if you're wondering what this is, I'm just going through the replay, but we might just have it on as background noise whilst we analyse the game. But Isildur, guys, he's approached this game in the last year and a half with the most professional approach since Talisman. If you remember, Talisman won GCS2 with that incredible year of play where he analysed what it would take him to be the best, and he became the best just for one tournament. Isildur's managed to do that kind of ferocious, intensive approach, and he's managed to keep it up now for an entire year. 5 different tournaments he's won, and he's just the reigning world champion. He won the official World Championships 2020, and now the unofficial Master League variants, the finals as we call it. And
he is the undisputed now. Really.
Yeah, massively.
He's beaten everybody convincingly. Well, even in tight games, but he's beaten everyone. We've had Kimbo best of 5, Seeking best of 5, now Nagano best of 7, and nothing seems to phase Isildur. He just got this down to a complete science. And as soon as he gets on his build orders and he's chugging away to his game plan, it's very hard to knock him off. So, yeah.
It's now time for us as, me as an organiser and kind of, I suppose, custodian of the Master League, got to throw a spanner in the works now, Ed. We've got this machine that is unstoppable. And we've thrown everything we've got at the Isildur war machine, Ed. We've got Nagano cooking all cylinders, fighting for his very life. Loveness, Devem, they don't even have the will to continue. It's been driven out of them. So we're going to throw a spanner in the works. 6 new custom maps have been created. All of them built on what made Mill Road and Amelie Fields so successful. They're the archetype, but we've said make a Mill Road or Amelie Fields that's an urban setting. And that's or not urban, but non-Western France setting, basically. And that's what we're going to see. We're going to see 6 urban maps. And then we're going to have a mirror match tournament, Ed. We're going to finally unshackle us from the restraints of faction balance.
Just imagine the Brits game of that.
It's going to be hilarious.
People, we'll tune in just for the sadomasochist element of it.
So how that'll work is you'll have one half the brackets is Allied mirror matches, one half is Axis, and then the grand final will be traditional co, with the Axis mirror match dude only playing Axis, and obviously the Allies champion only playing Allies. So it'll be this really cool spectacle, new things we've never seen before, new maps we've never seen before, and new strategies, new tactics needed.
Yeah.
It's going to be a breath of fresh air. That'll be ML6 in July. Before that, we're going to have a lot of show matches on the new maps to try and get them ready. Kai, you can't play on both halves of the bracket. He said, what happens if Izzy wins both? Fortunately, we're just going to have like split the 32 guys up into their halves, and we'll have the Axis mirror match half and the Allied mirror match half. I'm going to do some work on it over the next month, but it's not an official announcement. It's just the plans, let's say, of how we're going to throw a spanner in the works of Company Heroes competitive and try and make things super exciting for the fans. Completely new scenarios. It's going to be awesome. Operation Unthinkable will be coming to your screens in July. Breath of fresh air and really exciting stuff. Just keeping an eye on this. We need to get to 33 minutes when we get that awesome frag bomb attack. I'm looking forward to that. The moment.
And there's the deception as well of like keeping Nagano busy down south as he called.
Well, you sure me as the caster, I was like, right, I know there's a frag bomb coming. Where could it be? Where's the target? Never in a million years did I think that it would be.
I would just like to check if he popped the recon before.
Yes.
Because how did he have vision back there otherwise? So he must have maneuvered a squad or something, or got the recon up before. And yeah, it definitely took all of us by surprise, and especially Nagano. But it was a great checkmate move from Isildur.
It just absolutely was. So at 26 minutes now, we're at ×8 speed. We'll be getting there very shortly, getting to the promised land of the fateful Katusha.
And then if you screenshot the like army values here, you know it's nip and tuck.
Yeah.
Nagano's got the VP lead still, but wow, how can it all change suddenly?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just go into the full casting mode so you guys can appreciate the scenario before the frag bomb. Absolutely. Angry Dutchman's telling me how to cast in chat. Thank you, Dutchman.
Better late than never, we learned.
Yeah, exactly. It's just good to be showing the ropes. I love it. Panzer IV goes in, forces away the T-70 there.
I'll show you how to drink beer later.
Thank you, Ed. I've got experts all around me. Got experts all around me. Getting into the promised land. Let's watch from now. And let's reintroduce a bit of sound as well.
Well, here comes the big old save for munitions it needs, because I think to do recon plus frag bombs would be about, what, 240 munitions? It isn't cheap. Oh, he knew where the caddy was from his fire. Nagano lets it volley all 4 shots, which sometimes is a mistake, man, because it's kept in place for longer.
So here it is. No, that's reconnaissance. That's reconnaissance, yeah. So that's the airstrike they were on about. Certainly not an airstrike.
Airstrike, really. But Nagano just didn't catch the green
smoke. Wait till the last second, it seems.
Target vehicle marking available.
Oh yeah, Isildur just needed a few more munis. So that's why I came in a few seconds later here, yeah. Imagine if we miss it again.
And here it is. There's the frag bomb with the combat engineers coming onto the field. Oh no!
Doesn't see the rest. Oh, shit! That's a lot of XP.
Oh my god! That is gnarly. That's checkmate. It's complete luck. The combat engineers weren't repairing shit. They just re-emerged at the exact moment the frag bomb hits the Katusha. Oh my god!
Here comes the aeroplane, Bliat. Oh, that was rough stuff if you're a Soviet fan.
What a move by Isildur. That is godlike. To strike the Katusha, and then he gets godlike luck against the combat engineers. So it was awesome that he went for the Katusha. It'd been stationary for a while. Nagano certainly didn't expect it. And then it was just such luck that the combat engineers re-emerged.
Was wiping a T-34 as well down in the south, so there was just so much good work from Isildur throughout this whole series. Thoroughly deserved win overall, but nice checkmate move at the end there. Nagano just was too tied up with everything else. Must have not seen the smoke.
No. Well, somebody said in chat that the trees obscured the smoke as well, so
yeah,
we didn't stand a bloody chance there, neither did Nagano. Excellent move by Izzy. Really was, but he just got so much luck at the combat. The Katusha going down would not have been GG, but the double combat engineers, such a tough position to be in. And then Nagano is obviously tilted now, doesn't stand a chance, quite frankly.
It's like 70 manpower going down.
And this is the fateful final fling of the dice as the Panzer IV's trying to be routed there. One goes out of control. And he's got the Pak-40 still in operation. Oh, it goes down in unison there. Then he has to go through the husk of his buddy to finish off the T-34, leaving Nagano with nothing. And Isildur with $2,000 and a second World Championship caliber title. GG, well played.
GG's.
Oh, wow, there you go.
At least we got that replay. It was pretty good featured.
It was
Show
good.
everybody was like, what happened? Because they just would have seen top left just obliterated.
I'm so
everybody
thankful
by surprise.
I couldn't have ever caught that on camera. That was like, I think I encapsulated Nagano's scare at like, where's it landing? Where is it?
It depends who you were spectating at the time. You wouldn't have got the voice cue either. So.
Oh, I'd love to speak to
Yeah.
one of the referees about that fateful moment, but
Yeah, visually he just see table flipped by Nagano, but he carried on to his credit.
he did indeed. He's a warrior, as an
Gave it a
absolute
go.
warrior as well, and
But yeah, awesome series. And when we saw the 1-0 go to Nagano early, some of us were believing that we're going to see a different kind of champ today, but no, Isildur made sure, and that's just what makes a great player as well. His risk management is undeniably good.
I think Isildur's having a good old cup of tea, most likely, or possibly something stronger. This guy is just so dominant. Let's put it in the history book, shall we? Let's go and open up the brackets. I mean, look at the monitor on the roof and bring it down. Here we go. ML5 finals. Let's open the Master League as well. Let's do our editing and go and solidify this guy as having the most dominant passage of play ever. Let's bring this up.
Quite a list now.
It's unreal. I mean, we used to say Hezulin and Jove had a bit of a spike. Lovenest and Dev have been the most consistent. But this is just ridiculous. So he's now gotten... Let me see.
I'll have to go back and watch ESL because I've never seen any
It's
ESLs.
some of it's awesome, but it's really dodgy quality. Sorry guys, let me just sign in on Gmail. I need to give it a good old sign in.
But if Hans won that, it would have been interesting to see it.
Oh yeah, there we go. Let's I can now confirm I'm signed in. There we go.
Because we haven't had a Brit since.
No, Helping
at the
Hands
top,
won one
really.
ESL.
So,
That's right, and now we've got Isildur, who's like
flying to float,
taking the claim to be the best Company Heroes player of all time, which is crazy considering just how much of a fanboy I've been of Dev M Lovenest for so long that I'm even saying that.
Yeah, the old guard move aside.
They seriously are. This guy seems to be unstoppable unless we make some crazy tournament of custom maps and mirror matches, which is certainly what's happening.
There'll be
So-
some old school fans in the chat like, bring back Ostroupen.
But this is the one. This is the original spreadsheet. I originally made this ages ago, and that's where the Master League came from. I made a list of tournaments basically, and then you got Asher, blah, and I'll do the rest another time. I think who's fourth? Who managed to get to like a position with Ash? I can't remember. Anyway,
Kimbo or
it was I think it might have been Kimbo was fourth, and then Devon Lovenest fifth and sixth, something like that.
but don't quote me on it. I just
Something
remember-
like that. I can't remember. Oh, we've got the bloody brackets. Here we go.
Just remember casting Kimbo.
Yes, it was Kimbo, and then Lovenest. I was right. Yeah. Well, you were right. Kimbo. Oh, Kimbo gets a tasty little $180. That's
There you
nice
go.
for him. Lovenest.
Kimbo FX Gaming.
Dev,
Let's go straight to the stock markets for that.
they do get some cash, I'm sure. Yeah, they get. Oh no, it's more than 180. Bloody hell! It's 400, 200, 100 each. 400, 200, 100. There we go. And obviously some serious ML points. I'll put them in later. We'll update the ML later, lads. Right now, I just wanted to show you just how dominant Isildur's been in major tournaments where it matters. He's won now 4 in a row, including 2 World Championship caliber events. So in the past year, he's won a crap ton of money. There you go. That's $14,700. If you count his second place in the Commander Terminator, it's a little bit more, $15,000. So I wasn't far off. That is just an ungodly run of form in the most active era in Company of Heroes history as well. So as I say, we're going to have to throw a spanner in the works of the War Machine. We're going to have to do something crazy because this guy is on such a roll right now. He is absolutely you know, it's... Oh, that's not a very good colour. He's looking
My
at
eyes.
my eyes. There we go. He's on a run of form that is unbeatable, seemingly. We've added to his accolades. Let's go and see if he's ready. He wants to do a Q&A. Go and check him out. Usually he's... here we go. Answers and questions from chat, lads. If you've got a question for one of the greatest Company Heroes players ever, and definitely the best run of form ever, he's now ready for you, and he's willing to answer a few questions from chat.
Keep it civil, though.
So yeah, keep it civil.
Which is a big request going out to an online community. But
What is his favourite colour? This Sanders were asking the real questions here.
oh man, probably be thankful for such easy questions after the best of 5 games.
Do you... Right, I've asked him, what's your favourite colour? Do you like Bocage? How many hours per week did you spend watching replays when you were getting good? Good question, Rachel. Do you use caffeine when you're playing? Do you like bananas? Okay, here we go. Nagano with the questions as well. How does my computer work? There we go. Bring this over here so we can actually see it now. I can copy and paste them. Izzy's now answering. His favourite colour is purple. He responds, do you like Bocage? He says, fuck no. Alright, here we go. Here's some good ones. Tea or something stronger. How many star jumps per day?
Ooh, that's quite an open-ended one. Might need a podcast for that.
And I've asked him a few more.
Balance.
Let's get his answers to the first batch. So he's now replying to how many hours per week did you spend watching replays when you were getting good? We're going to get his answer soon. I already know that one, Keep Refrigerated. He didn't play much Co-1. He did play it though, just not much of it. Okay, and I'll ask him who's the scariest person to face in auto. Might as well bring this on the screen, eh? It'll probably be easier. Then we can... Yeah, let's do that.
It's probably Jove, just because you need about 5 hours to play any game.
Yeah, exactly. Let's... what would be a good screen for this? I think I've got a dedicated one somewhere. I think I've got one that's pure monitor. There we go. Q&A with Izzy. There you go, lads.
Interesting answers. Good stuff. It's pretty cool we get this map.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good on him for helping out the community with the answers as well.
He just drinks water. I knew I was doing something wrong with my caffeine. I'll probably die by the time I'm 50.
Quick, I'm going to down this water then and be top 10 by the end.
There you go, there you go.
Why didn't you destroy the ring? I like that one.
Yeah. There's some other good questions levied at him. Oh, he likes Russian standard vodka. Good on him. Not as many star jumps as Hans does in his cabin. State of balance is double AT gun, double MG, then go AFK.
Yep.
Yeah, but we all know that. It's very defensively orientated
No
at the
matter
moment.
what the game mode.
We'll get a few more out of him. This is making the YouTube video have a longer period as well, so it's a buffer zone. Do you know like Tightrope does
So you don't know how long the
Tightrope
series lasts.
Yeah, he painstakingly downloads the content, then renders it with an image. It must take him hours. Just like waffles for an hour at the end of each.
He does it like every day, so I'm sure he's got.
Can I have another Haribo strawberry?
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks, Ed.
You've heard one today, man.
It's all the scariest players to be Stu. He likes to kidnap people's dogs.
Gone but not forgotten, Stevie. Kolodny's... Ooh. He said Kolodny is one of his favourite maps. It is a banger, though. You know you're going to have a good, fun game on Kolodny. Especially, who's the guy who only ever plays Kolodny? Artem or somebody? He's always fun to go up against.
Alright, he's nearly caught up now. He's on the money question. I'll ask him a few more and then we'll call it a day. He's got a big bank account. Must be putting a deposit down on a house at this rate. Let's pick something that's actually good. Oh, that was a good one by Borobadge. You've seen that, the captain and the bulletin stuff.
So he said, try and be open when low ranks give you advice. It might actually matter. Like Borrow with his AT gun build.
Such a burn. Oh, God.
Fair play.
Yeah, Borrow could be good, I think, yeah. Right then. Borrow Badger says, taught him everything he knows, lads. I knew it. Right then. Yeah. He says mirror matches might feel very strange. I think it's time to do something crazy though, isn't it? Especially in the era of Soviet Wehrmacht, double AT gun, double MG. It's like...
Might keep him interested as well because he's just waffle stomping everyone at the moment.
Who's the pound?
Have to go with Floyd Mayweather on that one.
Right, there we go. Relic Con. Anyway, guys, I think that's enough now. I'm putting salt in wounds, so I know I'm definitely ready for a beer. It's nearly 6 o'clock where we are.
I think that says it all. Just the swag eyebrows and glasses emoji.
There we go. He's given some closing music as well, which I can't play because it'll copy strike the crap out of me. But there you go. You guys, go and click Terminator 2 theme, Judgment Day. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum. I think that's Izzy putting the thumb up, isn't it, as he falls into the liquid.
Yep. So double AT gun, folks, and double MG. You heard it here first. Then go AFK.
Indeed.
Easy clap.
Thanks to Izzy for a fantastic one. Thanks to Nagano as well. Nagano, by the way, is an absolute bastion of the competitive scene. And he's just an absolute legend himself. He easily deserves $900, if not more. So well played to him. Yet another fantastic tournament outing. You can't diss Nagano, man. He's just such a legend. And he's done so well in the past. Thanks to all the players that have played really well this tournament. And participated. All the referees that have helped out. Tommy, we will give Nagano an interview soon, my friend, definitely. But to be honest, I'm absolutely knackered and shattered, and I could do with going for a drink with my pal Ed here now. Got some cold ones in the fridge. But yeah, big props to Nagano for putting up a good fight. Well said, rarely decent. It's nice to be decent now and again. So yeah, well played to him. Well played to the referees. To say, and big thanks to the patrons, of course, that have funded this. Without this community-funded revenue, this would literally not exist. There would be nothing like this right now without our crowd-funded efforts. So thanks so much for funding all of this. You know, we're creating elevated standards play. We've got a player now that is so motivated. He's making all the other players like be holy crap. I have to work
part timers. Yeah.
Exactly. And he's a full-time employee of some. I don't know what he works at. He told me once, but I won't dox him. But he can do that just by strategically analysing the field. And if one person can do that, surely more can. So I'm fine. If this is the new realm of Isildur, so be it.
Well, he's just setting the bar now, and I think an absolute mad lad like Kimbo or somebody like that could win on their day. But it's just going to have all the conditions in their favour.
Oh, Kimbo's one that if he put his time and effort into it and his mind to it, he definitely could compete with Isildur.
He still believes firmly that he would have won their best of 5 if he didn't pick OKW. He just kind of threw a free win to Isildur. Well, that's how he felt anyway.
But then versus the Asher Games, he didn't seem like he was competing at his best, and his psychology is so all over the hot and cold. Exactly, he's all over the place, hot and cold like that.
But Isildur proving time and again that he's still got it, so fair play, all the kudos. And he's a Liverpool fan as well, I think. So
is he?
He's used to seeing wins, and now he's doing them all himself. So yeah, it's good stuff.
It is really good. So we've got a fantastic community. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. And if you missed any of this, it will be on YouTube by 9 PM this evening. So go and spam refresh over there. And we're going to head off now. We're going to leave you with a bit of a wait screen for a while, and then we're going to host on over to whoever's available. So to give you a place to chat about the tournament for a while. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And thanks, Ed, for travelling up to Stoke to cast. Cheers.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me. Cheers all.
And by the way, thanks to Tightrope for making this excellent intro, and Invader Slorge for doing the music, and his wife for helping him sing. So let's listen to it one more time before we head out. Cheers.